It used to be that one.
Oh god, this is so high. Hello everybody!
Hello.
Welcome to this week's session of AllFunNDice!
Oh, it looks nice, the new overlay thing.
Yeah, it does.
It does.
With the bluey?
The purple, yeah.
Look at that.
Travis, do we have any announcements before we start?
Not that I can think of right now.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah,
Follow
but
subscribe.
welcome
You
back
need to
everybody. I know
go over.
you need to bring sorry.
Reno's like, poor Gray here is being cut off.
Oh, it's okay.
No.
Thank you.
There we go.
That's better. Good. That's okay.
Alright. It's been a week, been 2 weeks.
It's been 2 weeks. Yeah, we're gonna probably do like, should we do a little recap just real quick?
I'm going to start that right now before we start.
All right, cool.
Okay, last time on AllFunNDice, our adventurers saw the missing townfolk safely return to Kern before heading west towards Von Drassel along the journeyman's path. But before that, they reaped the rewards of their good deeds. Captain Judy of the Acquisition gave them a cart, and the rest of the townsfolk, headed by Marigold, threw you guys a party in your honor. After acquiring Sophia the donkey, you guys began the travels of the day, stopping when you came across a circus known as the Sea of Stars. The group decided to play some carnival games, to varying degrees of success, before sitting down and watching the performance. At the end of the show, a poem was recited, detailing the death of the late Merchant King, with heavy implication that Lonan Bluebane was the perpetrator. Upon hearing this, Lonan fled the tent, closely followed by the rest of the party. After which they questioned Lonan about his past. After learning that Lonan had been set up, our adventurers decided to leave the circus before they could cause any more troubles. And that's where we meet up with our group. You guys just got the donkey, and the donkey's in your cart, and you guys are heading down the road.
In the cart?
You guys got the cart, I'm not sure.
Yep, she's in the cart.
That's not gonna help us move any quicker.
True. Let's hitch her up then.
Alright, everyone grab onto her.
Why did we do this in the first place?
We were in a hurry.
We just threw the donkey in the cart.
Go! We're all sitting in the cart.
The donkey's holding the reins to nothing.
Good start.
Okay, so you guys have already traveled for a full 8 hours today. So how long are you guys going to be pushing your travel for now? How much do you think?
What time is it?
It is around like 9:30 at night after the show.
We should probably ride out for a bit to get away from the circus.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's pretty loud, you know.
Why don't we go for maybe an hour or so and then...
Find a nice spot to camp.
Lonan, are you alright?
At this point, so my character is kind of just almost like in shock. I'm like a little bit more like just like confused as to how the word has traveled from, like, I guess it's not that far. I guess, like, how far away is it from?
It's the same country. It's just northern.
Yeah. So I'm just kind of still confused, like how my group is gonna take it. Yes. Thanks for asking. I'm okay if you guys would like to rest or travel. I'm good either way.
Can I insight check to see if he's okay?
Yeah, you don't have to ask for an insight check. You can see, is he okay?
Is
and then
he
I can
okay?
Call for an insight check.
Are you calling for an
I just
insight
called for
check?
an insight check.
Oh, not good.
He's peachy.
Nope. 8.
8. So you can tell that Lonan is quite disgruntled today. But, and you can assume the reason why, but you didn't actually see the questioning happen, Pippin, because you were talking to Gillian, the troubadour. So you can kind of all you can tell is he's disgruntled and in a little bit of shock.
Well, Willowa did fill me in.
Yes, but you weren't actually there to hear it in his voice. You just know Willow was. So all you can tell is he's in shock and disgruntled.
Yeah, like I might not have been the best performer.
So we're like talking and moving right now.
Yep. So I'm going to get all of you guys to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Not one. Starting off strong today.
12.
You and me both, brother.
You're 12 as well?
A 22.
No.
14.
Okay.
I am a 6.
What should I roll today? The heavy crazy die or the
regular one.
Which one was the lucky one last time?
Neither.
You rolled ones on both.
True.
Oh, come on. I'll roll that next one next time. Constitution, you said, sorry?
Yep.
Yeah.
Saving throw.
So it's a 6 plus Constitution, right? Because I'm proficient in it or something?
Yeah, it should be at the top. 9. So Knack, Gray, and Luna, you all are going to suffer from 1 level of exhaustion.
I think that's on the app.
Getting kind of tired,
Actually
guys.
has-
Yeah, a little sleepy.
Yeah.
You and Rita can share that one, and
Okay.
that one's for Knack there. Oh. Yeah. And this is going to be after your first, towards the end of the first hour, so around 10:30.
So we've been riding the cart out for an hour.
Is there anything you guys want to be talking about or doing during your travels through the night at this point?
Is it like complete? It's dark on the road. Do we have any means of creating? Does anyone have any means of creating light? It's awfully dark, and I know some of you don't have dark vision.
Yeah, as the night, as you're like
Sure.
moving away from the sea of stars, you see all the lights of the tents like winking out as like hills and like grasses cover them.
We've got some torches.
I'm going
I can see pretty
to.
fine.
I'm gonna reach over. Where's Tenaculum?
Tenaculum is on my shoulder, my large blue slug companion.
So I'm gonna like reach over and touch Tenaculum, and
Okay.
I'm going to cast lights.
Ooh, okay, so
So-
Tenaculum just flares up like there's a small star within his belly,
Yeah.
and he just illuminates. It's quite a bit of light, right? Like 30 feet,
Yeah,
I believe?
it's 20. It's 20, so it's
20.
not quite 30, but,
But the whole cart will be illuminated, so you
we
guys
can
are
see each other.
yeah.
I'll put Tenaculum on the front of the cart and like stick him to the front of it, and then he'll like open his little slug mouth. And it'll be like a headlight for us.
Oh, like a bullseye lantern. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Who is driving currently, by the way?
Not me.
I was imagining Knack.
It
just
is
because
Knack's
it is
donkey.
Knack's donkey is the one of them.
True.
I guess I'm driving.
Okay, so you're getting very tired towards the first.
Yeah,
at
it's
the end of
definitely not
this first hour.
straight on this path. Like, it's starting to kind of like...
Wobble back and
Yeah.
forth. It's like Sophia's side, and they keep
Yeah.
like listening to the side Sophia's on.
Lonan,
Yes, Pippin.
so do you think there's people after you?
So how close? We're kind of just all together on the cart right now, right?
Yeah, like Knack is sitting in the front, and then there's like 2 rows of benches on either side of the cart. So like, I don't know exactly how you're distributed, but like you are close enough that everybody can hear you talking right now.
Okay. I don't know if I'm in the mood to discuss everything right now, but I'm rather worried. I'm just rather worried. Perhaps in a few days I'll be more willing to speak about everything.
Sure, I suppose. We're not in danger, are we?
Not that I know of. Haven't been. It's been a while since people have been. How long has it been since people have been looking for me?
It's been you haven't.
Like, when's the last known? What? Like, how long ago was the last known like person that walked across and like Lonan? You know, like that sort of thing.
It's been months since you left. You haven't really been recognized by anyone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Since I left the area after the situation happened.
What area?
Was it? Yeah.
New Dahlia.
New Dahlia.
New Dahlia.
Yes.
I pull out my map of Kadir.
Just kidding.
Oh, the island.
It's like being in the military. I would know. People don't forget. They're always kind of.
Yeah, you would know that, like, especially military folk. Yeah,
Yeah.
you could assume that.
Okay.
You're on New Dahlia.
Yes.
New Dahlia is on an island.
Yes, it is.
It's on the Isle of Gardenia, according to my map.
According to my research.
Well, we're very far from there, actually. We're like the far southern tip of the country.
That's why it's so weird to see that so many people are still looking for me all this way.
Well, if you murdered the Merchant King, that makes sense. Word travels fast on the road, or
I've
by
already
shadow
mentioned to you that I
box.
did not murder nobody.
But if they think you did.
I know.
Yes.
That's the problem here, is that everyone believes that I have.
Yeah, there's songs about you.
I know.
Word travels fast.
It does.
Especially in catchy riddles.
Yeah, bards do that sort of thing, I suppose. Well, alright, as long as you don't think we're in danger, we'll probably have to keep a low profile. You know, no going all wolfy in
At
front
least
of
not in-
townsfolk.
Yeah, at least if you can help it.
Not in front of anyone.
Do I know if anybody I guess, do I know if anybody in the group is good at being, like, crafty,
You
like,
could just ask.
well,
Yeah,
I guess I could just
from
ask.
what
Yeah, you've only
see,
known us for a few
yeah.
days.
No, but I want to ask in a specific way. Like, has anybody been, like, keeping their, like, hair, like, nice and, like, you know, prepped up kind of thing in the group from what I can tell?
Like, well managed?
Yeah, extremely well managed.
I would say I'm always like.
Willow was just like a goddess all the time.
I'm like always
right?
doing myself up every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A well manicured woman.
I like pick flowers from the side of the road and braid it into my hair.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I'm
I'm like
good.
a little forced nymph. Like, I don't care about my appearance.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm pretty sure like only Lonan and Willow
You have, like,
care
lettuce
about
in
their
your teeth.
appearance.
Like,
Like we've seen Pippin work himself to exhaustion already. Like and it's been like 5 sessions. So I would say Willow is the one you're looking like is the most like pristine.
We all haven't bathed in like 5 days, and
I
we're all
did.
like, there's like flies, and Willow is just like looking there.
I
Willow
even
did
bathed.
bathe.
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
I
I
didn't know
did.
that.
Willow, I'm curious. It's been a while since I got a haircut or some sort of change in my appearance. Just curious if there's a possibility that maybe I could change that, make myself look a little bit different if we're going to be traveling through towns, especially on our way to one of the biggest cities around.
Well, I feel like the biggest thing is not changing into your wolf form as much as you can help it. Like, don't broadcast that you can do that. That would probably be the most helpful thing.
Yes, I will try to avoid that as much as possible.
I could make it dye.
Yeah.
Maybe
My hair.
change your hair color.
I mean, he looks a bit rough and scruffy, right?
The biggest thing that I've found in the past is not the color of my hair, but the color of my eyes.
I don't know if I could change that.
Maybe when we get into the city, one of us could look into
Some sunglasses.
something like that.
We can put on like a blindfold for now. Just cover his eyes.
Yeah,
No,
just
but
keep
maybe-
your eyes shut.
Maybe in the bigger city, there'll be somebody that is a little bit more attuned to deceptive magic.
Or maybe they
Sure.
can have like a shading apparatus
Disguise.
so you don't get hit from the sunlight.
Oh, well,
There might be
what about these? And then I'll hand you my goggles.
I also have goggles.
Yeah.
What kind of...
So they're like I imagine like thick welding goggles, and like you peel them off and there's like a tan line. Yeah.
They're like
I
a
know,
dust
it's
line.
definitely like, yeah, it's like
That's
soot.
good.
It's like a soot line. Yeah,
Yeah.
a tan line.
I'll put them on. Am I able to see with them on at all? Or is,
No,
it, kind of like, is it like
you're
television?
very tired, so like it's like the light like it gets
They're like
even
drunk
darker.
goggles.
Um,
I wear glasses at night.
but you're able to see through them as much as it's like very tinted though.
Well, thank you, Knack. However, I don't believe these are going to be for me, and I'm going to pass them back.
Alright.
Pippin, I would like to try that dye, if Willow
Yes.
would be able to...
I dye my own hair, you know,
Oh.
and I have curly mint green hair.
I'd like to.
Is it nice? Is it nice? Like, is it... Like,
My roots are starting to come in, so they're like it's a little.
Is
What
it like
color
a,
are your roots?
is it
My
like a,
roots are white. Like my eyebrows are white eyebrows.
is it like a radioactive green kind of thing?
Yeah. It's like a minty,
Minty.
like a minty, like bluish green. Similar in color to Tenaculum.
Do you
Well.
think that you could get rid of this white part on my hair?
Sure.
Oh, don't get rid of it.
I don't
It's
know.
so nice.
It just seems to get bigger and bigger all the time, and I just would rather it all be black.
You don't look very old.
I don't know.
And looking at it,
I
it's
think
actually
it's
a
very
different
becoming.
texture
It's
than the
like
rest of her
quartz.
hair too. Yeah,
Yeah.
like wiry almost, while the rest of her hair is
Sure
very
is.
slick.
When they're talking about white and gray hair, I'm just like looking through the gray hairs that I have. And
My
I'm just
hair is
like
also
looking to the
I
side.
pull out a potion just for Matt.
just for that.
Yeah, salt and
Spray it
pepper.
on, cover it.
Well, what color would you like, Lonan? I could probably brew up a dye when we stop to make camp.
Oh, do you have anything like light blonde that might might be a little bit more of a blend?
I could try for sure. When we stop to rest.
So it's been about the end of the hour now at this point after your conversations has been happening. So the three of you are getting quite tired. So would you guys like to continue on? Are you guys going to say anything about stopping?
I'm pulling it over.
Oh yeah, that's just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
He just passes out.
Not
As soon
so
as
much,
I- as soon as I
yeah,
find
not so
an
much
area that's
pulling
like,
over
yeah.
as like he just gradually
Yeah.
drifted to the side of
Yeah.
the road.
yeah.
You're like
Well-
on the shoulder of the road.
You don't find an ideal place. There aren't a lot of as you notice the tufts that you have been stopping at previously during the nights are kind of like dwindling a little bit into like this is more of a pure flat grassland type area that you're coming into. But you do manage to find a spot where there are like enough rocks collected around as well as like a longer patch of grass that maybe got like missed by the scythes that you're able to stop and maybe get a little bit of cover.
The scythes are those big curved.
There's people
things
cutting
that-
the grass out here.
Well, it is farmland still.
I guess.
Yeah.
Like
At
wheat.
night, yeah.
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 People are like
There's no
maintaining
sun
around
outside.
their things because it's planting season, so they're doing the maintenance.
Do we see any other lights on the road, like any other travelers?
You can roll perception.
Here's your options.
Nope.
Natural one.
Now you
Or
don't
blind.
see any other lights. The tenaculum light is very bright in your eyes, and it's just kind of like, you know, like when you're in like a bright house and you look out into the darkness, it's really hard to see everything. It's
Yeah.
like you're getting that same phenomenon.
Does Tenacula make sounds?
Oh yeah.
He's like, oh,
He
and
makes
he's
like little bubbling sounds.
like popping noises every so often.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
He's kind of just like a little chubby blue slug that makes little bubbly
I kind of
sounds.
picture him.
You know when you like
bit of-
squish slime
about-
in your hands and it
He's
farts?
about like this
Yeah.
He does
big.
that.
When you swish what?
You smush like slime in your hands
And
and
it
it goes like.
Yeah,
He
that's
does
what
that.
he sounds
That's
like.
his,
A little bit.
his
Okay.
natural sound.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this looks to be as good a spot as any.
Let's make camp.
Everyone looks quite tired. If you'd like, I'll do first watch today, and
Well, I was
Sounds
gonna
good.
stay up and start making a potion.
I can stay up with you.
I'm a bit
Sure.
more tired than usual.
It's shocking, really.
I'll stay up for a while.
All right.
I'm gonna set up my bedroll right next to the cart because that's as far as I'm walking,
Yeah,
and go to sleep.
almost like I'm at like the
Yeah.
right next to the wheel.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be a little bit closer to the fire, but
Are you guys starting a fire?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, who's gonna look for the wood?
I will look for wood. I will go in the. Is there forest nearby? Or
Not really, but there's.
I will just walk the fields and try and find some
You can roll survival.
kindle. So I do that.
I'm actually not gonna leave
No.
the cart. I'm gonna stay in the cart and kind of like just roll up my bedroll in the cart because
Okay.
it'll be more comfortable.
Yeah, I'm also
Sounds
gonna
good.
stay in the cart, and I'm gonna start taking out my alchemy supplies and setting up like my beakers and stuff to start doing some potion making.
What are you doing?
Pippin, do you need any help with preparing my dye for my hair?
Well, no offense, Lonan, but you look awfully tired, and
I
I
am, like,
don't
extremely
really
tired.
trust your steady hand.
I'm like, my character's like basically just like super tired and
Steady.
anxious right now. So I'm just gonna like just lean with my arms crossed and just try to like fall asleep like this, like
Sitting up in the
Yeah.
cart. I like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I rolled a nat 1.
Oh, that's the second nat one of the session
That's the
already.
third.
You find absolutely nothing.
I find
No.
nothing
You
but grass.
you can. By the time it gets long enough grass that like
She comes back with a bunch of rocks.
Yeah.
with your,
right?
with your knowledge of the outdoors, because you are an outdoorsy person, you know that you can do something with the grass, but it'll be like a hot and fast fire.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it'll last 10 seconds and then be done.
You'll be like, it'll warm you up a little bit, but it's not a really chilly night. You've noticed that the days have already started to get quite a bit warmer. It is
Okay.
already it's almost it's the end of the week, the third week of the month. It's like it's already almost halfway done. We're been in, and spring is like in full force already. So it's like already
So-
warming up.
So, I didn't find any wood, guys. I don't know. It's pretty dark out there, and I'm pretty tired.
Well,
I just dropped some grass on the ground at everyone's feet.
we have tenaculum for light, so maybe just go to sleep.
Okay, I'll do that.
Well, what did you?
Tenaculum, I'll have to actually relight him.
I was just about to ask.
Yeah, because it only lasts an hour. So it was basically like the duration of our ride, and then when we pulled over, he kind of like dimmed.
I imagine
And
it
you're
was
like,
it's a slow dim. I imagine.
Yeah, I'll like tap him, and
Yeah.
he'll like come back on.
Clap.
You're just like.
Before Erie got back, I probably just would have like took my bedroll because it was taking so long and just fell asleep next to Nat.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've been sweaty. Sweaty for sweat.
Okay, so I'm gonna have you, Pippin. You can roll a intelligence check with advantage because. Wait, not intelligence. I'm gonna not. 1 second.
I cracked
Let's see
the
your
check.
character sheet. comes out.
Arcana?
No, because it's not. I don't think you're doing a magical potion.
Yeah.
I wouldn't consider this magic.
Is there gonna glow?
No. Okay.
He's like a. What is that green thing where you grow the grass?
So just
Chia pet.
just advantage, no modifier this roll though.
Not,
Like no proficiency.
Am I rolling an intelligence check?
Yeah, use your intelligence modifier, but no proficiency bonus.
Okay, I rolled an 18.
An
A
18.
19.
So you were able to collect some grasses and some small herbs, and you don't have to take these out of your costs because it's not magical. So you
Yeah,
just use
I'm
whatever
gonna
small
grab
little
some
bits.
of the wheat that's growing, and I'm gonna distill the color out of the wheat.
Yeah.
Cool.
So it's like a hardy gold by the time you're done with it. You have
Yeah.
enough for 2 applications.
And as he's making this dye, I'm gonna be singing some siege chanties.
Ooh.
Shanties.
You're like
Chanties.
there once
Some sea
was
chanties?
a mermaid so far. And
No.
I'm just like, do you
Under
mind?
the sea.
And you can roll performance.
Sure. I'm not really trying to to do it nicely for anyone, just like kind of humming to myself, and it's a good thing.
So it's
Let me
like,
tell you.
Let me tell you, this song.
7.
it's attitude.
Yeah.
It's like
She's just
going up and
popping.
down in volume, but like
I think
you're
it sounds
having a
great.
good time.
Like she's singing in the shower.
My,
Yes.
Yeah.
my bad dreams are
Essentially that.
becoming nightmares.
Yeah, like
Everyone's trying to sleep. They're like,
the sirens call.
it's so late.
Stop.
All right, so I will make those
Elf?
potion.
I'll say that takes about 2 hours to distill everything properly, to do the full process.
And I'm also going to try to make another potion whilst I'm up. Willowa, you can just go to sleep if you'd like. I'm going to stay up a little longer.
Is my singing bothering you?
No, not at all. It's just, you sound so tired.
Well, I wouldn't mind a little bit of a rest. And I already had my bedroll actually rolled
Yes,
out, and
you
I was
already
kind of just
prepared.
sat in the cart, so I'm just gonna be like, all right, and then I'll just kind of rest and
Okay.
sleep.
And are you still awake as well, Yuri?
No,
you're looking
Ari
for-
went to sleep.
I just was confirming.
Yeah.
Okay, so quickly though, before you go to bed, I'm going to have you roll a perception roll.
Sure.
With disadvantage because you're singing and kind of a little distracted.
Oh no. Well, what was it that I was rolling?
Perception.
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 Or
I will roll
getting
again just in case I do happen to roll worse. I didn't.
Okay.
So that was a 4.
A 4. Yeah, so you're you don't notice anything in the night. You don't see any more lights going by. It's a quiet night, but you do notice that there are the cicadas and crickets are kind of coming out in full force. They're a lot louder than they have been in the past previous nights that you've heard them.
Okay.
I'm going to use almost all of the remaining of my herbal supplies, and I'm going to stay up for another 2 hours to make another healing potion.
Okay, so you can just conduct that. And you
So
don't
I'm
have to roll
just
anything
doing
for it.
that, and so I'm staying up quite late, and then I'll wake up Gray.
Great.
Gray! Gray!
Do I still have exhaustion?
You will still have it, but this isn't going to interfere with your rest.
Okay.
Yeah, but he doesn't know you have exhaustion, so.
Gray!
Yeah.
Would you like to keep watch? I finished my potions.
Alright. I can watch for a bit.
Here. And then I will hand you Tenaculum, but he's gone out by now. So I just hand you my giant slug.
He's crawling up my arm.
Yeah.
Alright, thanks.
I'm visualizing that.
Yeah. Good. Thank you. And then I'll look at him for an extra moment, and then I'll walk away.
Good night.
Look at Tanakulum or look at Gray?
Gray.
Okay.
I'm just half opened-eyed and still sleeping, but I get up, kind of stretch, and
Just
I
keep-
look for something to do.
Okay, do you want to just keep watch, or do you want to do something?
I'll look for some. I'll try to look for some more wood.
Okay, disadvantage, survival check.
Natural one.
Oh my god, you've actually don't even find new grass, you find the grass Eerie found before. That's all that you can find.
I'll just light a torch and stick it into the ground.
Okay, so there's a little bit of
for a
light
little bit of
still.
light.
The same grass.
And then I just kind of go into a not deep sleep, but deep thoughts of what I was dreaming about and thinking about my goddess.
Okay, and I'm going to say you're not going to roll perception because you're very tired, very distracted, you're kind of doing other things.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, towards the end of those 2 hours, Willow will actually wake up again. She'll be good. And unless you guys want to do anything else during your night, we can just skip ahead to the morning.
Yeah, we
Let's
can
do
skip.
it.
I'm not
Yeah.
going to do anything.
Night's pretty calm. It's very late. No one's really traveling at this hour. You guys were kind of the outlier already, just because no one really travels in the dusk, because who knows what's going to be there, right? So, it's fairly early in the morning. You guys start waking. The sun is just beginning to rise on the horizon. And yeah, you guys all feel much better. Well rested, so all of your exhaustion is gone. And but Pippin, you are going to be sleeping still as everybody else awakens. So what would you guys like to be doing?
I like to eat.
Okay.
Is anyone else hungry?
I am a bit.
We're a bit hungry.
Yeah, so am I.
I
Me
only
too.
have a little bit of food left, but I'd be willing to share with anyone who's hungry. And I have some turnips, and I take out a couple rations. I have 5 left, so I will take out 2 rations.
Okay. And rations are enough for a full day.
Yeah, but
Yeah, so you need
I'm
half
gonna
of that.
kind of like split it up a little bit,
Okay.
and then turnips.
It's you
Bless
guys
you.
are treated to a wonderful meal.
Pippin's gonna startle like.
It's been forever since I had a turnip. Crazy.
So you guys have a wonderful meal of
Yeah.
uncooked turnips. And,
Raw I'm just
yeah,
Yeah,
you have to like
crunchy.
you have to pour your water in a bowl and then put the jerky in it in order to soften it up. Because if you don't do it, you're gonna snap a tooth.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
yeah. Would anyone think to join me for this delicious meal?
I'll join you.
I'll join in.
Okay.
Can I quickly run around to see if there's any animals close by?
Oh yeah, you can do a survival check to see if you can find any. I'm imagining you're being a bit more sneaky than like sprinting through the.
Yeah.
the streets.
Where did you go to sleep?
I think I would have just left in the cart.
In the cart. Okay.
12.
12. You see some birds flying overhead, and you see like the distinct like trails throughout the grass that like signal that there are rabbits nearby. But in your searching, you don't really find any animals out and about at that moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I can't really catch anything. Okay.
Unless you want to try to shoot a bird.
Yeah.
Could
I got a
do.
bow and arrow.
Nah, no.
They're like fairly large. They're like goose
The
sized
birds like
they're
that.
they're all like a barn swallows or sparrows. They're like
little sparrows.
you see like a small formation of like 3 geese.
Are they just like flying in the air, or are they just like perched up on like
They're
a tree?
flying currently, but you would guess these ones are like they look like they only took off recently.
Okay.
So you might be able to hit them if you give it a shot.
Okay.
Take them out.
But you would know with your archer knowledge that it would be a hard shot to make.
Yeah, it'd be pretty difficult.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give it a go.
I'll try 1 arrow just because
So you're gonna roll with disadvantage just because it's gonna be out of your normal range for your bow. So it's like it's still in range, but it's at the extended range.
Okay, because
Yeah.
we fire up there.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Oop, nope. All right, so what?
What's your modifier?
Yeah. Add all your archer stuff.
So 14.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, 14.
14 hits. So
Yeah.
you hit.
Woo!
And you see one of the geese, and you don't quite hear the squawk, but you see its bill open just because it's kind of fire, and you see it like spiral into the grass.
The family of geese
like,
starts
Is
crying.
it like in front of me, or do I have to like go out and grab it?
It's a little bit out in the distance, but you generally know the area where
Okay.
it fell.
I'll go grab it and I bring it back to the area. Well,
And you're able to retrieve the arrow as well.
perfect. Yeah, I don't know about turnips, but how about some birds? I don't know what is it. Is it bird?
It's like a white goose, like one of the big ones. Like if you look at its bill, it has like those scary teeth.
Okay.
Yeah,
And I
but
just
it's
plop
fairly
it down.
large.
I pop it down like near the. Would we have a fire at all?
No,
We
you
don't
weren't
have a
able to
We
do
did
fire.
not have a fire.
We have a
So,
pile of grass.
just in the middle of the grass. How about some goose?
Well, how are we gonna cook it? I'm not one to eat raw meat.
Yeah. I'm pretty full for my turnips.
Maybe we can save it for later.
Perhaps we can. All right.
Lunch. No brunch.
So then I'll go into the cart and I'll start plucking all the feathers.
Okay,
And stuff.
yeah, and you're used to kitchen experience. You know
Yeah,
how
that's
to, you know
what
how
I'm
to
doing, yeah.
defeather a fowl. You're fine.
I'll grab one of the turnips as well too, just to see if I can
Just
do
take a big bite.
Stuff a turnip into the bowl.
I'll see to Sophia and Greta. Just make sure they're fed. And
Okay, you're good, and you know,
yeah,
and
we have
in-
2 donkeys.
Yep. So yep. And you know, in the back, you guys bought enough, but you don't actually have to feed them any grass because
No
there's
grass,
enough.
yeah.
There's a plethora around, and they've been grazing all night.
Do you think maybe we should go? Pippin was up late, so he might still want to rest, but he's sleeping in the cart, so we could just kind of start going forward, and he can wake up when we're
He's
on the
drooling
road.
on your
Yeah.
shoulder.
Yeah.
I suppose. Pretty good idea.
Yeah, so
But it's
we
like
should-
smacking
we
the
should- we can carry on.
Okay.
He's still on
You
me,
guys
right?
don't. I believe only Pippin has a map, so you guys don't quite know when the next inn or settlement is going to be. But you guys start down the journeyman's path. Are you guys going to be continuing west?
Yeah, just continuing the same
Towards
kind of,
Wondressel?
yeah, the same
Okay.
direction.
So is there anything anyone wants to do throughout the day? So Pippin, you're asleep for the first.
I'm
couple
going to
hours.
wake up.
You're a little stiff because it started bouncing, so your back aches a little bit.
I'm
And
gonna
I'm like-
return to Nacklin.
I'm like, insufficient aqueous fluids. Good morning. Good morning, Lonan.
Good morning.
Would
How was
you-
that brew overnight?
Good. I made 2 potions for dyeing hair. Would you like me to do it now or when we rest?
It's gonna be a while before we get to it.
We're a few days
You still
out.
don't actually know where you're going to be resting for the night. Maybe just on the side of the road. Maybe you guys can find an inn, but you're not sure yet. But you've never really dealt with hair dye before, so you don't really know the intricacies of you don't know if you can do it on the road. So it's kind of
Curious,
up to
how long will it last if I dye my hair now versus waiting a little bit? 'Cause you mentioned that your hair is starting to come back to its natural color.
Yeah, it'll grow out. I mean, after a few weeks, we might have to apply another use. But
Do you have enough dye to last me a few uses? Like, I'm assuming as a wolf, I'm going to shed quite... Not wolf, but like...
You don't actually have wolf fur when
Yeah.
you're in your human form. It is actual hair, so it grows at normal hair speed.
Well, I say the sooner the better. And we don't know who else is out there that's looking for me. It seems like there's people all the way out this area. That's
sure, come.
And I can help style it after.
Come rest your head on my lap.
Do you need Tenaculum?
Sorry.
Sorry?
No.
Yeah, kids.
Oh.
Okay. So I will walk over on the cart and pull out one of my golden wheat-colored dyes and start
Gorgeous.
dumping it all over your head and then working it in.
Okay. While he's doing that, is there a Pippin? I'm curious. Is there any way that we can potentially? I would like to cook a good like goose with some turnips inside of it. Is there any way you can boil some water for me?
Sure.
All right. Is there?
You don't know how to boil water?
Well, I don't have the ability. I'm not going to start a fire in the back of a cart. Yeah.
I don't know if I could do it while the cart's moving.
Hmm.
I can have to set up my Bunsen burner.
Maybe when we stop.
Good idea, Willow. Good idea. Willow, sorry.
Did you catch your goose?
Yes, I did. I'm like holding it in my hand.
Yeah, he's like cuddling it as you're doing the hair dye.
Spicy.
Alright.
He's still alive.
Well,
Still out of here then.
so I'm gonna pull up my map. Everyone, we are currently making our way towards Von Drassil. It appears. How long do you think till we get there?
Till we get to Vondrassil?
Is there anything that we've all discussed that we're going to Von Drassil, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is there anywhere that you guys would like to stop along the way? Any detours? I was planning on just taking the journeyman's path straight there.
I don't really need to stop anywhere, but if it's going to take us more than, a couple of days, we might want to find an inn to replenish our
I do have 0 food,
stores.
and I have not eaten today.
Yeah.
I just remembered.
It's going to be about a week and a half, so around 14 days to get to Vondrassil.
I mean, if
According to my
there's towns along the
calculation.
way, we'll probably need to stop.
Surely there will be towns, and also it is spring, so there's going to be lots of merchants on the road. I turn to gaze out on the road.
There's no perception.
You see that?
Oh, my dice
Well, that's
rolled.
just straight off the table.
I rolled not good. I rolled a 4.
Before you guys are rolling awful. Change all of your dice.
Well,
It's fairly early in the morning. Still, the sun is just fully crested over the horizon. There was no one in the area that you could see right away when you started. You've only probably been traveling for less than an hour now, so you haven't seen anyone pass by yet.
Well, it looks like about 14 days, give or take, depending on the weather and the road, that we will reach Von Drassil. So we're 2 weeks out.
Yeah.
It's going to be a long, hard journey.
Before we go into any of these towns, I would probably advise that maybe a few of you go in there just to make sure that there's no signs anywhere.
Well, you have this nice new golden
Yeah.
blonde hair.
I mean, you're in disguise.
It's like all plastered down to your head right now, because it's the dyes. in it
There's
still.
tinfoil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think you should use a new name too?
Yeah.
Yeah, how
like
about
Nanal?
Gonan Greenbane?
No. Gonan Blonde Vein.
I feel
And-
like both of those are far too close to his
No.
real name.
Yeah.
Phineas.
The biggest thing
Maybe
he doesn't
Greg.
Greg.
Greg
I
Bond.
love it. I knew a Greg once back in Yarham, where I'm from. Great man.
Great man.
Died horribly though.
And pretend you can't cook.
Do you have any ideas?
Perhaps change your voice.
I'm just like thinking back to my like how much I like love my name and like love my like family and stuff. And I'm like changing my name is just like a really weird thing.
You're not down for
I
it?
don't think.
But people will know you.
I was just talking about
Alright.
that, but yes, perhaps I'll take this into consideration.
It's only like if you walk into a town and you go, "Hello, Lunan Blowbane, here I am." You might as well are saying, "I killed the king. It was me."
Yeah, that's a good.
Yeah,
That's a good
Perhaps
point.
I'll go by the initials LB.
LB.
How about you pretend
Sure.
you're mute?
But I
That might
love
be
his
difficult.
sweet voice,
It's sweet.
His sultry tones.
sultry tones.
I could call you LB.
I think LB works.
LB sounds fine to me. Losing the name is not.
And if someone asks, we'll just make it up, you know?
It doesn't
Yeah,
roll off the
light
tongue very
bird.
well though, like LB.
Why not?
I don't know. I feel like lub works better.
Love.
I don't know. Your
Or
dwarfish
what about
are strange to me.
low? Be lobe. What about lobe?
Lobe.
Now let's just stick with LB.
Well, if somebody asks you what it stands for, what will you say?
Little boy.
Oh
Yeah. Lady Beatrice.
boy!
Well, we can figure that out later. But I mean, most people probably aren't gonna be too inclined to ask you about your name that much.
No, I don't,
Sure.
I don't believe so.
I
Well,
mean,
I honestly,
I think
I mean, you've literally crossed the entirety of Kaderth telling people your name and have not been caught, so I don't know if, like, the normal lay folk are going to be like, it was him.
In order to keep enough dye for us while we are within Vendrassil, do you need any other resources?
Yes, I've run out of all of my supplies.
I feel like everyone here, considering Pippin is being so kind to make all the potions for everyone and whatnot, I feel like we should spend quite a little bit of time gathering resources to
well,
make
maybe
more.
when we get into one of the towns, we can see if there's like some stores.
There
that
might be an herb store that would be helpful. Another thing is as you know, we're surrounded by wheat fields, and there's not really a lot of natural herbs that I can pick. If we were in some sort of wooded area, perhaps, but
Are we driving through any wooded areas?
not a large one. There is one coming up. Actually, though its name is not on the map because it's so small. Are any of you? Which ones of you are from here?
Me.
Natives of Kaderth? Come here, Nat.
natives of Kadal.
Does Nak know the name of this forest?
Mac can roll history to see if he knows the name of the forest.
I shall think on it for a second.
Oh,
I
do.
probably do. Yeah.
Nak.
So Nak hasn't traveled too far out of Hemlock, to my knowledge. But you probably like looked at maps before, just in your youth, and seen stuff, and you would know that the forest to the south, the most southern tip of Kaderth, is called Sturgeon Grove.
It's called sturgeon or sturgeon.
Sturgeon,
Sturgeon,
like the fish.
Like the fish. It's called Sturgeon Grove.
And you know that there
I'm
is
going
a
to pen that
town
into my map.
that isn't on the map that is located in Sturgeon Grove along the coast, known as Rasberg.
Oh, and there's also a town in that forest called Rasberg, right on the coast. It's like in the forest, but on the coast.
Rasberg.
You're
Right.
quite... What an extensive knowledge. I didn't expect that
Yes,
of you.
well, yes.
Yes, well, yes.
Yes, well, yes.
Pippin? Did you
Yes.
end up having enough time to make a hair dye for me?
I made 2. Would you like to have a blonde streak?
I'd really just like it all to be black.
Oh, well, I could try that tonight, probably.
Okay.
I might need some of your hair, though.
I mean, it's no rush or anything, just
Sure.
I'd like to not always feel so old. I don't know why it comes in so white like that.
I'm just gonna look
Very
her down.
strange.
Oh,
Can I examine her hair? I'm gonna go over.
sure. What are you looking for?
Yeah.
Like,
I actually want to pull out a little strand because I'm going to use it as like a base for making more of this
the
color.
white or the black hair?
The black hair. But I'm going to go like
Okay.
into her hair.
So
I'm going to be like, excuse my intrusion.
you're gonna pull the black hair out. It's actually gonna turn white when you pull it out.
So I pull out one of your black hairs and it goes...
And it doesn't shrink.
I'm not. I mean, you're pulling. I don't know. I'm not.
Yeah.
But you see that happen.
Okay, I'm going to look at this and look down at Eerie, and then I'm going to be like, And then I'm like, I'll do that later.
Okay, thank you.
And I hear you
Strange.
talking about how like white hair makes you feel old, and I'm like, I don't think it makes you old at all.
Oh
I
yeah, you have
white hair.
White hair. Well, my hair
Smile.
also comes in white
I'm
naturally.
also 16.
And Gray has
Well, I'm
actual
100.
gray hairs coming in.
Yeah.
It is
It's-
black.
Like a peppery beard, kind of.
Yeah.
Salt and pepper daddy.
Ooh. And Loden
See
actually.
shit.
Why does half the party have white hair? I just realized.
Well, I dye my hair green.
Yeah. Because Loden's a luxurious blonde.
Yeah, that was
so-
blonde now, so I'm good.
Yeah, you're like a Lannister.
He's like Goldilocks.
Ooh.
I like that. He
Oh.
is Goldilocks. He's a bear too. No, he's not a bear. Okay, so the rest of the day is going to be quite uneventful. What would you guys like to be doing throughout the day?
I'll just crack those reins,
Okay.
and we won't travel any faster when I do that.
No,
They're donkeys.
you see
so-
Sophia push forward a little bit more, but Greta actually moves slower.
Is there-
We
Is
start
there-
going in a circle because it's like, yeah.
Is there room for
Wow.
2 in the front there?
Yeah, there's definitely room for you to sit.
I'll just get up and drop Tenaculum. Here you go.
Thank you.
No problem. He was a good company during the watch.
Yes.
And then I'll go sit up next to Knack.
Okay. So I'm going to get you to roll a perception check just because you're going to be at the front of the wagon for the day. So trying to like, kind of seeing what everybody's doing. What are the other 4 of you guys like to do?
How long do I know based on the map will it take us to get to Sturgeon Grove?
To get to the edge of Sturgeon Grove is going to be about... you'll probably hit the edge of the forest in less than 2 days
Okay.
of normal traveling pace.
Okay.
I'm gonna have some really nice silken rope pulled out, and I'm gonna be practicing my knots.
Ooh, I like that. So you can roll an intelligence-based sleight of hand check.
I'll roll the 5.
You rolled a 5. You guys you see people start moving by because in the springtime it is a fairly busy season, but they're kind of like almost like indiscriminate faces to you. You see definitely like an old woman with some children, all carrying burdened with big packs. Their pack animals are like loaded up with
That's right.
assortments of claws and stuff, but nothing's really
Right.
catching your eye. There's no
Okay.
like the faces like as soon as you see them, they almost just like wash away from your mind. They're just like not important to you
I
right
gotcha.
now.
Background characters.
Yeah.
I rolled a 12.
I think they're all kidnapped.
Okay, you make quite a good progress. You're testing, remembering your knots from the ship, making sure you still have all those memories in your head, and they're coming back to you fairly easily. So you're good. Anyone else want to do anything specific?
I'm not doing anything.
I'm going to try my hardest to think back on the day that all that happened,
Okay.
and I'm going to try to remember if I noticed anything odd about that room, like something that was off that might have been like a clue into somebody causing like
Okay.
the murder.
You can roll a history check. No, just an intelligence check. Has only like 2 rolls been above 10 all day so far?
Yeah, it's a 10.
A 10? No, you were like racking your mind, but it's such a traumatic day for you because it kind of was like your whole life like blew up in like moments like without you expecting it. You aren't really able to glean any new details from it right now.
Okay.
I would like to just keep an eye out, like I did previously, for any sort of like wood or something that maybe I could like whittle into, just to pass the time.
Okay, you can roll a survival check.
Oh, okay, yeah, not 20.
20! Natural or not natural?
Natural.
A natural 20.
Yeah,
nat
Okay.
20.
So you are, as you're going down the road, it's been a few hours now and you're kind of bored. It's like there's nothing around, there's just people going by. When you see this like really nice like oak tree by the side of the road, and there's a fence running alongside of it. And you can see that like in the storm that you can imagine from the storm that happened a few nights ago, there's quite a few large branches like along the side, and you can even see like tucked behind some of the grass there's parts of the fence that have fallen completely off. So if you go up there, you're able to find like a solid like 4 or 5 good hardy pieces of like nice oak, as well as these like there's like you probably like you would recognize that like this might be someone's fence that just broke, but like it's a nice piece of wood that you could take as well.
Okay. Okay, so I take that.
Okay.
And I start to, one that is maybe the size of about this,
Okay.
I am going to be like, that's the size of something I'm whittling right now. I'll
You can decide what it is
I'll
later.
reveal what it is after.
No. So that's all day. The rest of the day passes kind of without any major events happening. The sky was overcast in the morning after the sun rose, but it's kind of like blown away to a clearer sky, just like scattered clouds. And it's now about 8 hours after you guys stopped, so it's probably around like 4 to 5 in the evening now. You guys are getting kind of tired from your travels. And you can see, as you're seeing, you see people along the sides of the road every like 15, 20 minutes, out of sight kind of from one another, already stopping for like the evening.
Should we join them for the night? Company is always good around the fire.
You must be very hungry at this point, Pippin.
I'm like dazed a little bit. I forgot.
Again.
Sorry, I've been and I hold up my bunch of scrap piece of papers. I've been making notes.
Yeah. We should, maybe they have some food to I know I don't have very many rations left.
I'm sorry, but what about the goose that I caught? for you
Yeah,
guys?
well,
We could cook your goose on their fire, maybe.
Can't you like milk your slug or something?
Not in public.
How many,
Um,
people does it look like?
Tactinaculum has no nutritional value.
I thought you, or your jug. You have that jug.
I do have my jug,
Yes.
but I can only produce liquids from it.
Yeah. Well, you fed somebody before with it.
Well, yes, I can produce kind of an oily egg-like substance called mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise.
Sounds delicious.
It's not.
Do we have to go and join others? I mean, I'm just curious. We are concerned right now about. Previously in the past, joining others did not seem to work out in our favor.
Well, don't shoot at them.
True.
At the closest camp that you guys can see, there is just, it looks like a single man, maybe he has, like maybe there's someone else laying by the fire with him, and just a single donkey camped out in like a small, like by a small like cluster of like 2 or 3 like new trees.
Might be a good time to check your disguise before we enter a city.
That's true.
It's you don't feel comfortable?
They have a. You said they have a fire.
A very small fire.
How many people are there? Sorry.
Just 2.
You
Maybe
can
2.
only see one, but you like there's a bundle like laid down near the fire, so you can imagine there's probably 2 there, but you can only distinctly
Are
see one
they?
person.
Do they look like soldiers, something like that, or what?
It is a rugged kind of looking. It's like off in the distance, so you can't tell like super distinct, but it kind of just looks like a traveling merchant. He has like the donkey is piled with some cloths that are like it looks like are draped over some sort of good.
I think we should stop. You know, my father always told me to share the road with a kind stranger, then you'll have a full belly.
Yep. Sharon is Karen.
And also, I'm very hungry, and that goose is raw.
Grit. We can definitely cook up the goose, right?
Yeah, that man over there has a fire.
I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, we had some really bad luck making a fire last night. So
You don't have to worry,
already
Lona.
made
We will protect you.
Okay. Okay. The shirt that I have on, I'm going to. How the heck am I gonna do this? I guess I'm gonna like tear off like some parts of it. I'm gonna kind of like put it around my face like this.
Okay, so like
Almost like a yeah.
Yeah,
A bandit?
like a leopard.
Oh, yeah, Band-Aid,
like
yeah.
a leopard.
You're
Yeah.
gonna steal your fire.
Like a burger.
He walks up. Hey, can we cook?
No, it's just gonna be like a face cover thing.
Just holding this like deep feathered goose.
Yeah.
And a knife.
Oh my god. Yeah, but I do understand what you
I
mean.
make a bandit mask. Hello.
So
My name's Albina.
Nat, are you guys communicating? You can hear them kind of talking, so it's kind of you're the one driving, so it's up to you on where you're going in the end.
Yeah, I'll head over that direction.
Okay, so this is just like you can see it slightly up to the right. It's literally only like 2 minutes off the road. It's like not very far. It's a little rocky, and Greta is like very hesitant to actually go onto it, but like you guys managed to get towards this like edge of this field.
All right.
Yeah, and then the
I'm
gentleman
gonna-
like looks up at you.
I'm
from
gonna
the
like hop
cloak and
out the back of the cart. Hi there. We're just traveling and we're stopping for the night. Would you mind if we join you?
Of course, it's just the 6 of y'all's here.
Yeah, it's just us.
Okay, of course. Sit down, sit down.
Thank you so much. My name's Willowa.
I'm Buck.
Buck?
Buck.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. traveling? You guys don't look very much like merchants. What are you traveling bunch?
Really,
Like
just traveling from city to city. We're trying to get to Von Trossel right now.
Are you guys bards? Can you guys sing?
I'm
No.
apparently I'm not very good.
I'm in the cart.
I think Eerie can play a very nice flute.
I can play the flute.
I'm getting a lot of mixed signals from you guys about this, but yeah, you guys can sit by my fire tonight. It's just me and my donkey here, Hubert.
Hubert.
Yep.
Do you mind?
Traveling
We
down.
can also cook up this goose, and we don't mind sharing it with you.
Oh,
Too.
you know, that'd be wonderful. I've only had bread for the past few days.
Are you good at cooking goose? I'm not. I am familiar with different types of chickens.
I'm not the best cook in the world, but I do have some spices in my cart.
Very
that we can put
well.
on that.
Gather me some. Okay, and then I'm because I was obviously like born in the kitchen and all that stuff. Am I pretty good with like spices, cooking all that stuff, or am I more so like a what was I?
You would know.
Yes, I
Yeah,
know.
you know spices. You
Yeah.
were like the busboy.
Okay, so I'll grab all the spices and start like
So
marinate, like get it all ready to go. And
as he walks over, Pippin, you can roll a perception check really quick for me.
Oh, well, that's a bit better.
On the ground.
I want to do something as well too. Can I while I'm cooking, I'm gonna like lower my like little bandana thing, and can I notice if he's giving me like a weird eye at all?
He's you can do insight really quick. And what did you roll, Pippin?
I rolled a 15.
So you notice when he lifts up his like the tarp, not tarp, it's more like nice cloth on his back. You see little like bins, and then you can see like glass jars, and they're filled with so many different herbs.
I'm gonna be like, is that lugwort and dandelion?
That is dandelion, but it's not lugwort. I'm out of that for today. Looking for some herbs.
Yes, desperately.
Oh, then this is a good luck of fate here for us.
It is.
And then he's gonna give you like saffron and all the spices that you can.
Yeah, I rolled a 15, so he's not. So
He is not acting very strange. He looks like a very trusting fellow to allow the 6 of you guys into his little campsite, and he's not really. He's like not side eyeing you any more than he's side eyeing anyone else.
what kind of stuff does he have in his car for sale?
He has, from what you can tell because you're close, he
Because
has
I just want to
a variety of spices and herbs, and some like cooking, like some like like a pot and some like a set of cooking utensils. So it looks like he's like a more like an herb or an herbalist.
Pippin. Perhaps for all your troubles, I don't mind paying for this stuff because of how much you've helped in the past week.
Well, that would be very kind, Lonan. I would appreciate that. I'm kind of low on funds, I guess you could say. I mean, really, if everyone wants to pitch in, I'm making potions for all of us.
I pull out my bag of money, and it is like overflowing with gold.
It's huge. Like, you
like,
guys are all shocked that you didn't
can
notice
take
before.
What you need.
What? I'm sorry. How much gold do you have on you?
I think I don't know, like maybe around 80.
Oh my god!
Buck like spits. 80. You're just carrying that around.
How much money in herbs are you willing to sell? I'll buy your entire stock.
Entire stock. Well, I don't know if I can give the entire stock. I can get a really good price over in Mandragora for some of this stuff, and some of it's already pre-ordered. But I can give you quite a bit.
How much?
Well, how much are you looking to spend?
Well, I'm looking to spend anywhere from 50 to 70 gold.
Are you looking for any for general goods, or are you looking for specialty stuff?
I'm looking for, well, that's a really good question. I'm looking for general herbs just for potion making.
Okay,
From what I can
offer
tell
you-
from your supplies, you do have some good options. I was also wondering if you perhaps have any dried salamanders?
Forgot about that.
I only have a few left, but I have 2.
2 dried salamanders?
I just came from the woods.
Alright, and what about a Kieran's Bell flower?
Kieran's Bell. No, I haven't been up north in a while.
And perhaps any Elmira hearts?
Almira. You know how rare Almira are?
I
It's
do.
illegal to hunt those now.
Illegal?
And at least here.
How will I make my filters love without Elmira hearts?
How will I?
Filter's love.
It's a potion.
Love.
Pippin, before we
Okay,
get ahead
where
of
that
ourselves,
one?
let's find out how much the stuff you need right now is.
Well, I would like both of those salamanders, and I would like around 50 gold worth of herbs. Is that doable?
I can only give you about 30 gold pieces worth of herbs.
That's fine. Since you're helping, do we all want to put in 10 gold worth?
And how about 5 gold per salamander?
That's fine.
I'm sorry, hold
salamanders.
on. Can we make it a little bit of a deal, considering we are sharing this meal with you?
Well, I'm also providing the spices for this meal. I'm sharing too, graciously. You know how much saffron is these days.
You mentioned that you're only living off of bread for the past little while. Perhaps I can go out and hunt for you a little bit more.
Well, let's see what you can find and then come back to me and ask.
All right.
I'm not going anywhere.
That is true.
They're the herbs.
I'll leave this with you, and I'm going to go out and hunt and see if I can find
That's it.
something to maybe sweeten the deal a little bit.
You there, fella. This is going to point at you now. Can you help me set up this spit?
I was going to tend to my donkeys, but I guess so.
I don't want to take a minute. I just need a
Are we
hand.
doing our
Alright.
trade?
Well, he's going to be looking around first.
Oh.
See
If he
can-
has like some fowls or rabbits to offer,
Can
it might
can
be a
I
cheaper
buy?
rate.
Can I just buy the salamanders really quick then?
Of course, 10 gold for both.
Then I'll hand over 10 gold.
Okay, and then you have 2
I'll take the
salamanders.
2 dried salamanders and I'm gonna be like, and then I'm gonna put them in my bag.
Very good.
All right.
I'm gonna actually go up to Pippin and I'm gonna tell him, Pippin, unfortunately I won't be able to give that much gold. I actually don't have that much money.
Well, that's all right. I believe Lonan is offered to help, and apparently Erie here has a fortune on her.
I don't mind offering like 5 to help out, but I can't do 10, unfortunately.
Well, that's fine. I honestly only have 12 gold left. So, whatever anyone can help with.
So I'll just give him 5.
Okay.
Like I'll give
Oh,
him
okay,
5
okay.
gold to go towards, but I kind of did it like a little bit off to the side because I didn't want everyone to know that I'm
Yeah.
poor.
It's only going to be 40
You
gold
look so
total at the
good,
moment,
though.
unless you can roll survival
It
right
takes
now.
a lot of maintenance.
And it's towards, it's like 6.
Yeah. Nat 20, baby.
Not 20.
Let me find
So,
out as much stuff
It
as I
is,
can.
like, as you guys have noticed, as coming down the road, it's becoming slightly more wooded. It's not definitely not a forest or even, like, just a small, like, woodland area. But there are more trees around, and the grasslands are, like, the farms are, like, you can see them, like, pushing almost back off from the journeyman's path. Like, they're, like, farther away. So it's more of a wide grassland. And luckily, as you go through, and it takes you about 10, maybe 15 minutes to find it, but you're able to track a small deer, a small buck.
Ooh.
It's like his namesake. And
Oh,
you find
a
you
small
see,
buck for buck?
yeah.
Whoa!
A buck or
And you
two.
see
Save us some
like
bucks.
just like grazing in a field.
Okay.
And I when I say small, like I'm saying small for a deer, so it's still quite large.
Okay. So, because I rolled a nat 20, I'm gonna. Would I get advantage on if I decided to attack it?
No, that you were just able to find like a good find with
All
an
right.
20.
Well, I'm gonna try to one hit it with an arrow.
Okay.
One hit
straight
wonder?
straight through the heart if I can.
Straight through the heart. Okay, so you can
Straight
roll
through
attack,
the
and this is just
heart.
normal, no disadvantage or anything because it's within your normal range.
All right.
Ooh.
25.
Ooh, okay, now roll your damage. Because 25 definitely hits.
11.
11? Okay. So you hit the deer and it pierces right through its heart, and you hear it cry out like that high-pitched like cry of a deer before it like runs for a few steps
It's
and
just like,
collapses.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take that over my shoulder.
It's still like alive. You can
Oh,
see
sorry,
like
I'll-
labored breathing,
Okay.
but like it's like very like slow. It's like almost like you didn't quite one hit it, but like it's
All right.
like very.
I'll
very
finish it
good.
off with like a little to the heart,
A
You
little.
don't have to roll anything. You can just like quickly.
Yeah.
Like, there's no resistance.
and I will bring it back to the fire. Well, we talked about. A
Do you have it like
deer
over
here,
your shoulder?
and I just flop it right in front of his feet.
Oh boy, that's gonna feed me for weeks. That's beautiful. Where'd you find this one? We're in the freaking field.
Obviously, quite some tricks up my sleeve here.
Oh.
So, considering that deal that me and my friends were talking about, what kind of price can you?
I
give
think
us
I can
there?
knock 5 gold off for this.
Oof. This deer could potentially keep us fed for quite some time as well too. We have a big travel on our hands, and I would like to see maybe 10 gold to go off it.
Roll persuasion.
Ooh.
Roll persuasion, by the way. I think I whispered that.
Yeah.
11.
11. I don't think I can do 10. How about 7?
I look at Pippin. Without saying anything. Just.
I'm gonna look at you. I'm gonna go. What?
And I'm like vigorously nodding.
What was behind me?
Well, I believe that could do. As long as maybe... Is there a way that we can have a piece of this dinner tonight? It's been a while since we
In
had
the
some.
morning, I'll cook some up for us.
There you
Okay?
go. Thank
you.
I'm
For
always
breakfast.
willing to share.
Some dinger
Speaking
shit.
of, and before we change the interaction, let's eat. Because the goose is like beautiful, crisp, golden brown on the
Wow.
outside.
Ooh, crispy goose.
Yeah.
Can I have a wing?
Luckily, he actually has utensils. You guys got it for the first time
Wow.
since
Oh, wow.
Kern.
Is the turnip still inside?
Yeah, and like it's like nice and like mushy and roasted.
I like
and,
don't know how to hold a fork. I'm like,
You guys haven't eaten with like proper utensils in a long time, so you guys are gonna have like a nice sit down meal.
do they have forks? What are their utensils like here?
It's like
Forks?
2-pronged forks. They're
Yeah,
not
like a
three-pronged.
bident.
Yeah, and they're very long and thin,
Yeah.
like a fondue fork. They're all fondue forks.
Yeah.
Love it.
I eat with my hands.
That's all it is.
sense.
Like depends on if you have a leg. Like big like big
that's
like
what I
turkey
picture
leg
you
basically.
I have wings.
Yeah, very dainty. Okay, and then afterwards it's gonna be 23 gold is what you guys owe at the rest.
What
I
we
give
owe?
10.
I already gave my 5 to you.
Well, I did some more. What are you putting in?
Pippin already paid for some other stuff.
I already paid for some other stuff. How much do we owe? 25?
23. So there's actually only 8 more gold because 5 and 10.
Oh. Do you want to put in the 8 more gold or no?
Well, considering I did the work with a dinner, I believe.
Alright, that's fine.
Well, I've already paid my share.
I will put in the 8 more gold
Okay.
and I will have.
As he's like reaching to put this in. No, I got it. And I put the. I realize like because your coin purse is just like there's like nothing.
Yeah, I take out like my pennies and I'm like.
Yeah, and I'm like.
This is perfect.
I'll reduce it.
So you have your 30 total gold pieces worth of herbs as well as your 2 salamanders.
Salamanders.
I'll go over and I'll give him 5 gold as well.
Okay, so you so he's just gonna give you 5 gold now afterwards.
Could I maybe buy another 20 gold worth?
What the hell?
Well, I don't have any more to offer.
You're
all this.
gifted.
Did you remember this is all already paid. I
Alright,
have
alright.
orders, and he's like he takes out a notebook and he's gonna show you like thick
Alright.
paper.
Thank you, Gray.
No problem, Pippin.
Pippity pip pip.
Well,
Mac doesn't want to.
Next
Part of the
being
team.
beast.
I'm gonna feel
Mac
like
is
you were
saying to the
here.
donkeys.
And I'm gonna lay down. It's been a long day of travel for me.
Us as well.
Okay, well, you guys are free to lay down the fire. I'll see you guys in the morning. I'll cook up some of this good venison.
Nice.
He's gonna begin stringing up. And he's he's gonna start stringing it up on one of the nearby trees to drain the blood out.
Gross. Alright.
I'm just gonna probably go to sleep. It was
Okay.
a long day.
I'll keep
Well, like trance.
Yes, yeah.
I-
Yeah.
After I eat, I'm gonna eat just a little bit, just enough. I'm going to kind of wander off into the woods or like the wooded area that
It's not that heavy.
that Lonan went into, and I'm going to try to find more.
He was actually in the grasslands. It was very odd to find a deer there.
Okay, well I'm gonna go into the grasslands and try to search for some more material.
Okay, you can roll a survival check.
Not good.
Not good.
Not good.
Really?
Do you want a different dice?
Survival? No, I don't. I rolled a whopping 4.
No, you
No.
find
Killing it.
one mushroom, but it's 1 copper piece worth.
Okay, I'm adding it to my notes.
While he's out searching, once you leave your bedroll or
Mhm.
when you go out searching,
Mm-hmm.
I place something on your pillow,
Ooh.
and it is what I was carving on,
Okay.
and it is a little tenaculum, a little wooden tenaculum. That it's kind of like a belt buckle or like a buckle cover, like you can put it on, so you can like wear it on your belt, or you can wear it on like your bag.
Can you roll a quick intelligence check for me? Add your proficiency bonus to it, though.
12. Where's my 14?
14. So it's like fairly well made as well. It's not like you wouldn't like give it to a king, but like it is. You can tell it's made with a lot of love, and it's definitely functional.
When I come back, I'm going to be like,
No, before you go back.
Okay.
No, before when Pippin. I was gonna say I didn't want to interrupt.
Yeah, go
you.
ahead, go ahead.
When Pippin traveled out there, I'm basically just gonna walk. Like I'm gonna follow Pippin into the forest.
Okay.
Pippin.
I'm gonna turn around. I'm gonna be like, I'm holding on one mushroom.
I believe out of
Yes,
everyone in
Logan.
here in the group, I trust you the most. I don't mind telling you the story if you'd like to know more about it. But
Yes, I didn't want to push you if you weren't ready.
really, yes. And just like I'm not gonna really look for anything that he's looking for. I'm just like looking at the grass, just like pointing at random stuff. That's
Well, let's just stop. We don't have to look anymore. The herbs in this area are very sparse.
Pippin, the main reason why I fled the area the night of you see I was with the royalty at the time that they got poisoned, and everyone assumed that it was me at that moment. I still cannot believe.
So wait, let me get this straight. Sorry, I'm not actually from this land, but I do have a general understanding of its legal structure. So you worked for Elia of Gora, the dead merchant king?
Yes.
And she was poisoned, but not by you.
Correct. However, I was the only one with her at the time when they found.
Do you perhaps have some of the food from that night?
It was like 6 months ago.
Yeah, unfortunately, that would have been a long time ago.
I could have identified the poison,
As soon as it happened, everyone immediately pointed at me, yelling and screaming, and I had no choice but to flee.
I see. So you think perhaps you were framed?
I don't know about that, but I believe that I might have been in the wrong place at the wrong time.
The new merchant king. What is their name?
I don't know. I think I was gone before that happened.
You would know who.
I would know who it is, but I don't know. I don't know of them. What's their?
It's a man now, I believe.
A man.
A man.
Man.
A man.
Well, you can roll a history check to see if you remember, because
Yeah,
you
'cause
have
it's
been
been a while,
kind of
like-
out of society a little bit.
Yeah.
Not reading the papers.
Yeah.
Oh. Like 8.
Okay, you still get it. It was a
Sure.
low DC because like
Okay.
everybody knows who the merchant
Sure.
king is. It's Luther of Hen.
Luther.
Merchant King Luther of Hen. And he's very young. Because as you
How
know,
is he related
He
to
spelled
the?
Luther Loot.
Fine. How is he?
he is, as you know, they're the 5 Bonds families, which are the rulers of Kadarth. And it goes like they go in order from each family, and one person from each family is going to be the next like in line, and it's the youngest person. The youngest adult in each family takes on the Merchant King throne. And Luther after the Dragora house, the Hen house is next in line. So that's how Luther was crowned. He was the youngest adult Hen alive at the moment.
Hin, H-I-N?
H-Y-N-N.
H-Y-N.
Yeah, as you would know this because you were in Hinlock, which is the capital now, when Luther was crowned.
According to my basic knowledge, I say basic because I'm pretty smart, of the government here. The capital moves every time that a new merchant king takes their throne. I actually wasn't in Hinlock, but I know Knack is from Hinlock, so he might have some knowledge on the Hin family, if perhaps they were involved in the assassination since they took the throne after the Gora family.
The one thing that
succeeded.
worries me about the group that we're in right now is that specific thing. What if Knack decides that he believes that I should be turned in for?
Well, Knack is a good man. I traveled with him for like 16 days exactly before we met you, and I think that he's all right. I don't really like to discuss this with him, but he has sort of a drinking problem.
I've noticed that, yes.
Yeah, he has a wife and son that he doesn't like to talk about often. It makes him a little sad. being away from that. And I can understand that, but I think that I think that his goals are not in the political structure of this kingdom that we're in. Even though he does live here, at least from what I got, I don't think that he necessarily is going to turn you in. And I believe you. You don't seem like the sort to poison. I don't even think you could identify a poison, to be honest.
Do I remember? Okay, when the Merchant King died at that time, was I there long enough for them to start talking about what kind of poison it was? Were they like, oh my god, it's the blah blah blah?
Well, you heard last night that it was nightshade.
Yeah, I know, but
Yeah.
but was at the time, was there any? Was that pretty much no?
You
It was like
were gone.
it was poison, and then it's like
You were like pulled out of the room like instantaneously. They get like detained and then ran.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm picturing like Lonan's serving their dinner, and they're like, "We need more salt," and he grabs like incense, and he's just like, "Here you go, more salt."
Nightshade.
Yeah. We did mention earlier that, as we heard, nightshade was the cause of death. We don't know if that's confirmed or not.
Nightshade, horrible death.
Yes.
So I
believe the only way for me to be honest with you to find out who caused the death would be my only way of being welcomed back in that area.
Yes, find out who you've been framed by.
What I'm worried about though is who all knows about how many people are behind it. That's really what concerns me.
Yes, well, I'm not one for politics myself. I mean, it's a little more complicated than alchemy, but I think that maybe if we talk to the group about this eventually, I know you don't necessarily trust everyone, but I think that we're willing to help as much as we can. I know we're making our way to Von Drassel, which is a major city, and we might be able to find out some answers when we reach the city. Specifically more about what the local political drama is. I do recommend that you probably ask Knack if he knows anything about the Hin family, since he did live in Hinlock. Because, I'm not from here, so my knowledge is only so extensive. But I do think that really where we should start is looking at who succeeded the Merchant King, because like you said, she was killed, and I think it's probably likely that the people who killed her wanted whoever's on the throne now on the throne. At least, that's what I think. I don't know any other reason why they would want to kill her.
Right. I just know that if anything happens, if I'm about to be interrogated or anything like that, I will flee. I will try my hardest to return here, this area from where we met. So if anything does go down like that, just know that.
That's understandable. I mean, I'm willing to help as much as I can. I don't think you're guilty, and I don't want to see you apprehended.
Right. I appreciate that, Pippin.
Sure.
I will try my hardest to get a little bit more information about Knack, but just know that keep what we've talked about, between us. I don't want to keep too much from the group. However, I just don't really know them that well.
One more thing, Lonan, before we go back to camp. I would recommend that you be careful around Eerie.
I'm sorry. Eerie? She seems so innocent.
Yes, I know. But I think there's something going on with her.
What specifically?
Well, when we were back in Kern, I detected a strange magic coming from her, and just today I plucked one of her hairs and some sort of strange effect happened. I don't really want to provoke her. I know we all have our secrets. You turn into a wolf man. Willow nearly drowned when we met her. But I am suspicious. I've never seen anything like that. And from what I know, that's not nearly a common occurrence. So perhaps just be careful around her. I know she seems very sweet, but you never know, right?
Do you believe that maybe there's the reason why she has so much gold on her that we don't know
That's
about?
what I was thinking exactly. She pulled out that gold and I was like,
Yeah, it's rather rich for
just left a town, never seen the world before, you know? I mean, I'm not one to tell, I'm not very charismatic myself, but she does seem like, I don't know, maybe this isn't really the real Eerie we've been talking to. Maybe she's some sort of mastermind.
Well, enjoy your search for herbs. I'm going to return back to the group now and see and get a little bit of that goose.
Sure, and again, Lonan, don't worry. I'm your friend.
Thank you.
You can find one more mushroom.
and he's like, you keep talking, and I'm like,
Okay, while this conversation is going on, Willowa and Leah, because you're carving.
I
Right?
carved, I put it on his bedroll, and then I just am... I'm not going to sleep, I'm just kind of laying there and like looking up at the stars.
What about the rest of you? Anything
I ate and then I went into trance.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Knack and Gray, though.
I finished eating and I'm gonna make small talk with Knack. So, how's it going?
Oh, you know.
Ever get those cravings for like a drink, you know?
Do I ever get them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet you're just aching to get to the nearest town, eh?
Well, yeah, you know.
Small
So-
talk.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Lonan, eh?
Well, I mean, Lonan's quite interesting. Seems to have a history, as I suppose all of us do.
That's true.
Yeah. But I think that, for the most part, he's been honest with us so far.
True. Title of Kingslayer, pretty crazy.
Yeah. We all know how that works out for people.
Not the best.
we all look at the camera.
But I'm just gonna pull out my book and start reading.
Okay.
I'll,
What book do you have?
It's a diary.
Does it, okay.
blank.
Yeah.
He's holding it upside
Does it
down.
have a title on it?
No, it's just
Okay.
a home
Just
diary.
making sure. I was like, Knack could possibly read the title. I was not really sure.
I'll just
Dream
I'll
journal.
pen a letter really quick.
Yeah.
You what?
I'm gonna write a letter really quick.
Talk.
Okay.
Talked about
Hold
And
on,
then
hold
just go
on.
to sleep.
Yeah,
I'm
they fold it up
so
with the rest of them, right?
I have great
What was he
memory.
doing?
He's just as you are walking back, one you can see that Knack is writing a letter of sorts.
I'll wait for everybody else to go, but I'll do it.
Oh, they're already.
That's everybody.
I'll come back to camp and I'll see the little buckle you've made for me, and I'm gonna be like, it's so sweet, and I'm gonna look terrified, like she was listening to us, and like she made this to try to get on my good side, and I'm like, oh, thank you so much,
I'll be like, you're welcome.
And
so nice.
I've
You
never
did.
seen
You
anything
thought
like
she was sleeping.
and I'm gonna cast detect magic and look at it. Just like,
It's fine.
okay.
It's just a piece of wood.
Yeah.
It blows up.
I'm like, I've just never seen anything like Tunaculum.
Yeah, he's so
I just wanted
interesting.
to thank you for looking into that problem for me.
Yeah, and I'm like looking, and there's like sweat going down.
Because you look at her and you see that transmutation magic again.
Yeah, I turn to you with
Very
my detect
faint.
magic, and I see the transmutation magic around you.
It's almost like normally when you detect it, it's like a glow, but like it's weird on Eerie. It's almost like it's under her skin.
What the hell?
Creepy, creepy.
I'm going to take the little wooden thing and I'm going to clap it on my for my bag of holding. It's going to be right on my bag of
Oh,
holding.
that's cute.
Yeah, it's actually really cute.
I'm
It's
like-
just scared of
I'm
you.
glad you like it.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Sweating.
How far,
Sweat.
how far away is Knack from the fire? Like right there?
Are you with the cart or are you at the fire?
Kind of like closer to the cart than the fire.
Okay, yeah. So like,
Pretty hairy and fat, so I don't really need a lot of warmth.
yeah, it's actually like it's not like a cold day, anyways, right? Like it's like decent. So like, you were probably sweating just like in the sun.
Yeah.
Can I grab a piece of... I'm going to grab a piece of the goose, carve it up. I'm going to grab two pieces. One for me and then one for Knack.
Okay.
Seconds.
Knack.
Because there's still one. It was a big goose, okay?
Hello, Knack. I've heard from a friend. I've heard from a friend that you might know a little bit about the Hin family.
That I do.
Right. As you can tell, that the Hin family is now the new Merchant King, part of the new.
Yep.
Yeah.
They are.
They are now part of the.
Yes.
They are now the Merchant King. So.
Luther of Hin.
Right. So my question is, how much do you know about them, and any history behind them? I'm just trying to find out who could have been behind this whole situation, causing the death of the king at the time.
Well, I guess. Yeah, what do I know?
Okay. Being a dwarf, you did not pay as much attention. What?
I couldn't hear you.
Oh.
What?
As a dwarf, you didn't pay as much attention to the political landscape of Hemlock, just because dwarves are looked down upon in Cadareth as being almost like second class citizens. Thank you.
Because we're short.
Ooh.
Yeah, and just because like the reputation that Paragon has in the world, it's like anyone like it's a very isolated nation. So like anyone who like leaves it or is like kicked out is like kind of looked upon with a little bit of suspicion. So you know like Hemlock is a very nice city. It's very clean, except for maybe the ghettos where you lived. But you don't have a negative. You don't have a negative opinion of them. They're like decent rulers. They're not like terrible like bureaucrats. The Hens, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They're just like middle of the road rulers, right? To your knowledge.
Okay. And prior to hearing the story at the circus, I had no idea about the events that really.
No, it was you knew that like the merchant like Elia died suddenly, but you didn't know it was like a murder. Like that was kind of like new information to you.
Well, I mean, I know some, but not a whole lot. You know, I'm not one really particular for politics, so. What I can say though is that Luther is a decent enough ruler. I mean, not fantastic, but seems to not the worst either. Just kind
Have you met him before?
No.
So you know off by hearing from others that he's a good ruler.
More or less, yeah. And then from what I knew of the family when I lived in
Were they quite an honest family? They would have no reason for hurting somebody?
I'm sure, yeah. I mean, I never interacted with them, so I don't think there was many rumors that I heard about. Like, no rumors about, like...
You can roll, like, a history check to see if you're hearing rumors.
19 plus, I think, 3 or 4, so...
Nice.
Okay, so you would have heard, like, mild, like, from, like, clients or just working with other people. You would have heard, like basic court drama, like, oh my god, like, they're, like, sleeping with someone else, and, like, all that. Like,
that's really young?
Not Luther, like the family. People in the Hin family. Not specifically Luther.
I was like, Luther gets some.
No. Specifically about Luther, you actually had never heard of Luther before he was crowned because no one was expecting him to be Merchant King.
Okay.
That was very out of the blue because
right.
normally like the Merchant King retires at like 65. So there was like another like 30 years of Elia being the king.
Right. Okay. Yeah, so no, nothing. I mean, just your standard kind of gossip,
Understandable.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for your input on this. I'm just trying to find out as much as I can. If anything, if you remember anything specific, let me know for sure. But I respect your discretion behind all this as well too. I understand that you're from that area, and I hope that you know that I'm fairly honest that I did not cause any harm to the king. Served them pretty well, so.
Yeah, I believe you.
Very well. I'm always worried about my friends, considering the fact that I've been so alone for the past little while until this group. So.
Well, that's understandable, but I mean, trust needs to be built. But what I can say is that I'm not here to betray anyone's trust. So.
And I can tell he's honest.
Yeah, you can roll an insight check.
Okay.
That one.
That one.
He is an enigma.
Wrapped inside a shirt.
Yeah, his eyes are just going different ways.
Okay, and
you're like
with that, sleeping. You probably have fallen
drifting
asleep.
off, yeah.
What are you doing, Granny? You're sleeping.
Still looking at my diary.
Okay.
Gonna take watch then.
You're gonna take first watch, and with that, you guys just gonna go to bed after that. So the fireflies start to come out as dusk finally fully sets. The sun dips below, out of your sight, and that is going to be where we're going to take our first break of the night.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for coming out so far. We will be back in a few minutes. Stick around.
Save yourself,
Take a
okay?
breath. Oh.
Travis' arm. Hello, everyone.
Whoa.
We're back.
Welcome back to AllFunNDice session 5. So where we just left off is everybody was going to sleep and Gray is on watch. Hey, you can roll a perception check.
Alright, higher than a 2.
Come on, perceive good.
Oh, that was
I
higher.
thought that said 0 for a second.
That is going to be an 8.
How'd you roll a 0 on the dice and the modifiers? An 8?
Yeah.
Yeah, just a calm night. As dusk goes on, you can see the fireflies. They're very distracting to you, very pretty. But pretty calm night. You hear like maybe a howl of like a coyote in the distance, but nothing otherwise. Yep.
Alright.
And after your 2 hours, what do you do?
I'm gonna go to. Let's roll a d6. I'm gonna go wake up Lola.
Little
Why'd you wake me up, bro?
So you see him coming up, but he's like all weird because you're in your trance. So he's like a big like gorilla. And you get waken up by the gorilla.
And the girl was like, Willowa, Willowa, wake up.
And I'm just gonna be like,
Did you want to take watch right now?
I mean, I would have preferred to be able to finish my trance, but now that I'm out of it, sure.
Sounds good. I'll go off the
Awesome.
rest.
Okay. So you guys
I'm
are
too
sick.
funny.
Yeah. So you can roll your perception.
Okay, let's see. 11.
11. Again, nothing too interesting. You can hear the coyote, but you can hear the coyote howl, but it seems fairly close. But you can't see it like within like outside of the ring of the fire.
Okay.
Then so 2 hours pass fairly uneventfully.
I will wake Knack up.
Yeah. Okay.
Knack. Knack.
What? Huh?
Can you take watch?
I guess.
Thank you. And I'm like almost instantly gonna be like, sing, back into trance.
Okay. And you still only need 2 hours still.
Is Buck like cuddled up with one of us?
Buck is like sleeping beside Hubert the donkey.
Hubert.
Cute.
You and Buck.
Buck and Hubert. I want to spin off of them. Their journey.
Okay, I'll do mini episodes every week. Every other week. Every week we're off. I'll
Buck
just
and
record.
Hubert. I hope him. Maybe he'll head down the road and him and Marigold will meet each other.
Maybe.
Aw.
Ooh.
Cute.
Fan fiction. Write it, guys.
Ship it.
Okay. And you're just gonna watch nothing.
I'm actually gonna grab my hammer,
Okay.
and it's time to make Lion pay for his crimes.
Okay, then
I'm totally kidding. So
He's like,
Totally,
I
yeah.
am the
Yeah.
merchant.
I'm just gonna keep watch. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you can just roll for assumption then.
13.
What? This coyote is just all up on you guys. And but during this part, the sun is just the sky. You can't see the sun yet, but the sky is beginning to lighten at this point because it's getting towards the end of the night. And you can see off to like the edge. You can see one like lone coyote, like I am the goose. That's near the fire.
I noticed that.
Yeah, you see a coyote just like kind of prowling around the sides.
All right, I eat the rest of the goose.
He looks. He holds it up and goes.
He's showing it to
Gotta do
food
it.
continent.
Okay. And
It's
it's
just
just
like-
kind of just like, you can't see its face because it's dark, but you just see its like form slink away. Head down.
Sure.
So sad.
Okay?
Savage.
And then at the end of those stars, well, you're going to awaken.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
That's the night.
there's 2 hours left, but the sun is already beginning to rise. So
I'll
it's
go
up to
sleep
Knack
for
if he
more
wants to
2
wake
hours.
anyone else up, or what's not going to happen.
Well, I'll be awake, so
Yeah.
you don't
Yeah.
have to.
I'll go back to sleep for a bit.
Yeah. You can't you can't keep watch though, because in order to get your full rest. You
That's
okay with that? Okay.
Yeah.
So you'll just be doing whatever.
Mhm.
Okay. So then you guys all awaken roughly around the same time. Maybe Pippin a little early, and same with you. You guys got a good,
Yeah.
solid rest.
I'm going
Yeah.
to ask Buck if he wants any help preparing the deer for breakfast.
Oh, no, you know, Sonny, that'd be a really good job. That would really help.
Yes, and while we talk, I'd like to discuss maybe where you acquired those herbs.
Of course, we can talk while we work.
Sure.
Here. And you'll help him take down the
Yeah.
deer and cut the rope and can you carry this, son?
I can manage.
So we'll cut it, and you can make a strength saving throw.
Oh, not bad, not bad. 14.
14. Okay, so you hoof as this big deer.
The deer
carcass.
is larger than me.
Yeah. You huff in it and you catch it, and it looks like your knees are gonna give out, but you manage to straighten your back and hold it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do the Valsalva method where I'm like, it's a real thing.
It's real thing.
Real thing. Okay. So he helps you with the deer.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you want to know where I got all these herbs from?
Yeah, Yes.
Yes.
We're making our way to Von Drassel. I don't know you're coming from that direction, correct?
No, I actually wasn't coming down. I just got to the Generian's Path last night.
But you're headed to Hinlock?
Yeah, I'm actually Mandragora.
Mandragora, yes, you said that. Where did you acquire these herbs?
I was up near the. You're not from the area here. You don't look like a native, do you?
No, I'm from Yarhim.
So do you know what the Lugeist is?
I've heard it in passing, and I believe it's on my map. I'm just not sure what the Lugeist is.
Oh, it's a large swamp. It's a large marsh.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that there was marshes in this land.
Oh, yeah, there is. It's quite large. It's a huge landscape here.
I'm sure there are probably lots of herbs there. Is that where you acquired these
I
herbs?
wasn't actually in the town, but I was in a small town named Fennel a few weeks ago. I stayed there during the winter time and dried all these suckers out.
In Fennel?
Fennel, yeah, it's a town off the Lugeist. After a few weeks ago, right as spring struck. After the New Year's celebration, of course.
Yes, that makes sense. We are in Lurbenin now. Alright, that is good to know. I don't know if we're necessarily heading through the Lugeist, but I will keep an eye out.
It's quite a good amount. That's where I got the salamanders from.
Oh?
Yeah, they're good
the
ones.
salamanders. Alright,
Yeah.
good to know. Thank you.
Well, of course,
now-
here, I got this from here. And here, you take these, and he's going to saw off the antlers.
Yes, let's work in silence now.
Well, and then he's not going to give you the antlers anymore.
So awkward.
Ruined it.
Yeah. Well, let's be quiet now.
Could use those for something, like. That's the way.
Yeah.
Okay, but anyone else want to do anything in the morning? This is kind of casual. The day is the warmest that you've had in spring so far. It is now the day of shells. And it is quite distinctly warm. You guys are a distance from the coast now, but the humidity is still like strong, like a sweltering, like you wake up already in like not like a terrible like drenched sweat, but like a film of like sweat is already on your skin
Okay.
for the morning.
Is there like water nearby anywhere? Like a pond? Like,
You can roll a
I
survival
wonder
check
if there's water nearby anywhere.
because you guys haven't filled your water skins in a while.
What did you say? Survival?
Yep.
Ooh.
19.
19, pretty good. So you find eventually just walking through the woods, not the wood, the more grasslands with like
Yeah.
small wooded patches every so
Yeah.
often. You find a small pond connected to a fairly like decent, like quickly running stream that
Okay.
you will know is safe to drink.
It's safe to drink. Okay.
Yeah,
I
the
would
pond
like
water is a bit like meh, but the stream is definitely okay.
I would like to look around. Does anyone hear me? Can anyone see me?
You can roll a perception check.
14. Well, you're really scanning.
14.
She's like,
Yeah.
No, I couldn't find my perception thing.
So you see a coyote.
A coyote. Okay.
Other than that, though.
It's not watching me though.
But
But I
it's
mean,
definitely
not
there.
like human.
It's definitely looking towards
I'm just
you.
saying I'm going to take a bath.
Oh, you can take a bath. As long as you don't care
I
about
just
the coyote.
like strip
and
and I
dive in.
dive in,
Yeah.
and I just kind of like I'm splashing around, just having like a very innocent like good time. I'm just like
Yeah, you're very young.
Cold
You're,
water, like I'm by myself and
you're
I'm
the one. It's
watching
definitely
The
like,
rest of us
chilling
must smell so bad.
except for Momoa.
I'm like washing my hair. And
probably
then
still have, like-
at the end, I fill my water skiing, put my
Sounds
clothes back on.
skis.
Skiing.
You'll fill your water up after, so you have
After.
bath water.
Well, no, the stream's running down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's not bathing in the stream. She's bathing in the pond.
You're like,
I'm reading
oh,
the pond and
man.
I'm filling from the stream.
Yeah.
And then I feel refreshed.
Yeah,
Okay.
and your hair is slicked back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like normally the white tuft is like poofy a little bit, but it's like
It's-
right
yeah.
back now.
Yeah.
Is she gonna come back to like the group? After?
Yeah.
Can I notice that she's wet?
I think it's very clear that
I'm
she is
dripping.
like, yeah.
Yeah, there
Did you
wasn't
find-
a
You didn't bring a
Did you-
towel.
Did you find water nearby? And I'm gonna kind of like shake my empty like water skin.
And it has like a trickle that you can hear. Like,
Oh,
I was gonna let you guys know. There is a nice little pond, and then a stream right next to it. If you go in that direction, and the water is nice and clear and crisp for drinking.
she's come back like just got, obviously, clearly, she just took like a bath, right?
You can tell she's like,
I'm
was in the water.
sorry, you want us to drink the water you just took a bath in?
No, I bathed in the pond, and I got fresh water from the stream.
Ah,
The
okay.
stream feeds the pond. I'm
Right,
guessing.
right, yes. Sorry. I thought you
Yeah,
meant
it's
to-
not the opposite
Valid
way
concern.
around.
Valid concern.
Yes.
I mean,
I lived in the jungle. I know how to utilize.
yeah,
I'm
how
sorry,
do
I must have forgot. You lived in the jungle.
Yes.
Yes,
Interesting.
the Teupti.
Ooh,
I'm sorry, what?
The
No.
Teupti jungle.
No,
No.
the Teupti Desert. The Ondu jungle.
Right.
The Doobie Desert.
That is where my monastery I grew up in is. I've told you this.
Yes, I must have forgotten. I'm not too sure.
I'm gonna head to fill up my water skin.
Okay.
I'm gonna do the same.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna go and I probably at this point had like some sort of like dried blood on my face from like devouring that bunny, and it's probably just.
No, you want.
Here,
You washed that. No, you washed that off.
Did I?
Yeah, you washed it off in the rain.
In the rain.
Yeah.
In the
That's
rain.
right,
I was like,
rain.
you did not have that on this whole time. People would not
Definitely
have been
not.
trusting you.
Yeah.
I'll go and jump in there. I don't care if anybody's watching. I'll just.
So just let it just
Just in
strip.
the
Yeah.
mood.
So you guys are like filling your water skin and like I
I'm gonna
think
do
like
the
you run in a
same.
cannonball.
Yeah.
Are we all gonna take a bath?
I'm gonna take a bath too.
I'm gonna get in
Yeah.
the bath as well.
This is like a
Yeah.
Mulan.
Do you have any like?
moment,
Do you have any like bath
where
bombs
all
that
of
you can put
the
in there?
men don't mind being naked,
It is 100% Mulan moment.
Yeah.
and I'm like,
Yeah, great.
wow.
Yeah.
Can I use some of my alchemy supplies to quickly make up a bath bomb?
Can your I believe your alchemy jug makes enough supplies that would be valid. To
My
so you can make
alchemy
some soap or
jug?
something, right?
Yeah, okay, so I'm going to take out my alchemy jug, and it's this
So
huge,
famous.
giant ceramic jug that's got like all kinds of corks on it, and I'm gonna shake it and pull off one of the corks, and it's gonna pour out like bubble bath soap.
Oh, nice.
I'm gonna go in fully clothed.
Okay.
Willow, take it off!
No,
I'm just kidding.
no, not today.
Okay.
And I will bathe after I've filled my water skin, and once I get
The
out of the
soap
water,
bubbles are like right in the perfect place to
Yeah.
conceal everything.
yeah. I'm actually gonna use like gust on myself to like dry myself quickly,
Nice.
so my clothes don't stay wet all day.
So you like hold your hand up and it's like.
And I actually like glow a little bit because all of my like ruins on my skin,
And
you can see all the symbols are like glowing.
They're almost like a metallic like
Mhm.
color. Like they're not like fully like metal, but they're almost like a sheen.
Yeah,
Like
almost like a
ceramic is
silver,
the better,
like
right?
yeah, glow. So I kind of glow for a minute, and then like it looks like a gust of wind like blows past me, and then I'm like dried and good to go for the day.
Your hair is like.
I'm like in the water with tenaculum, and I'm scrubbing
I got this
myself
one.
with him.
Yeah.
So funny.
And he's like,
Where are you, Matt?
How far
And then
away
I
from
squeeze it
Sturgeon
out like a
Grove?
sponge.
You are guessing. You guys are a bit over a day's journey from Sturgeon Grove.
A bit over.
You know that there is a very small. You wouldn't really call it a town, but like it's like there's an inn about like a little bit away from Sturgeon Grove.
Okay.
It's called Persimmon. Is
Okay.
the town name? Is like the township of Persimmon.
Yeah.
And you know that is a full day away from you right now, so you'll be able to like sleep in tonight.
are all the town spices?
They're all
Fennel, persimmon,
they're all they're all fruits and vegetables
Okay.
and plants.
and plants.
Because
Got it.
kern,
Yes.
yeah, and then Kobe
I
Kid
just
is
caught on.
a-
I was like, wait a second.
because Kobe Kid
There
is
are
two different
naming
squashes.
schemes if you pay attention.
Yes,
Yeah.
take a look.
Yeah, so then I wouldn't be concerned about water for the rest of our trip, right? Like we found a source today. so I think-
You'd be thirsty for the traveling today, but you know that you won't like have any negative repercussion other
Okay.
than like having a like cotton mouth.
Right, so I'll lead the donkeys over and let them drink, and then I'll doff my armor and
Doffed.
yes.
You're gonna dip a toe in the
No.
bath.
Yeah.
No.
No,
You're not bathing?
I'm going to.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
he's
gonna dip a
doffing.
toe, yeah. Doffing my armor, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Gray, could you wash my back?
Sure, buddy.
Thanks.
Ow.
I'll just do one hand.
With the
Alright.
though.
Yeah, with
Yeah, I hand you tenaculum.
And I kind of put my hand inside of it like a scrubby.
Yeah, in his
And then I'm
mouth.
just like, oh.
Like it's a glove. You're like,
Yeah.
While you guys are washing, Buck will walk up and he's gonna fill his water skin in a minute. Well, guys, I left the leg of venison there for you.
I'm over by the carts, just waiting
Oh,
for all the stuff.
So
Yeah.
he would have told you this before.
I just
then.
pointed in the direction of the pond and everyone took off.
We all stand up and wave. Bye.
Yeah.
Yes.
The bubbles, though, perfectly placed.
Yeah.
Perfectly
bubbles.
placed.
Well, you guys have safe journeys now, and I don't know, maybe we'll meet again someday.
Thank you
Alright.
for everything, Buck.
Of
Thank you,
course.
Buck.
Bye, Buck.
Bye, guys.
Thanks
I'll
for
wave
this
and say goodbye.
pass.
And I'll say the same to you, Erie, and shake your hand because you're not naked in the water.
Yeah.
What a nice man.
Thank you for sharing our fire.
Of course, thank you. Thank you for the use.
Buck.
And he's gonna load up.
Before he leaves, all of our stuff is like safe around us.
Willow was over there.
Erie's. No, Willow was.
Sorry, Erie. Yeah.
Willow was like just getting out of the water when he's
Yeah,
saying
I'm
goodbye.
doing a
all of our
blowout right
stuff.
now.
You come into the water and your hair is like.
Yep.
Yeah. That's
Yes,
what I'm
Erie is
picturing.
watching and he is not grandfathering through any of your stuff.
Okay, good.
Okay, so after you guys wash up, are you just gonna continue on for the day?
Yeah, we'll clean up and then get back on the cart.
So
like that.
stepping out of the water, like the cool, refreshing, like the heat is just like, oh, like
Yeah,
right away you already
stand
have
there.
like a little bit of like sweat. Are you power stancing in front of everybody
I'm
right
power
now?
stancing. Knack, are you gonna get in the water?
I am in the water.
Yeah.
I didn't
So-
notice.
yeah, Knack got it in his washing.
Oh, I didn't
the
know you
soot
got
marks that were all over
I'm
you.
just gonna
So,
soak
like-
for a bit longer.
Okay. So like when you see Knack take his stuff off, he has like lines where his armor was, like it's just soot and like smoke.
Tan lines.
I'm gonna try not to like get my hair wet because I want the dye to stick a little bit longer.
It should be fine.
Did you question? Did you only dye your hair on your head and your beard?
Yes.
Good for me.
Yeah, that's all. That's...
Yeah. Well, you have like hairy arms. I wasn't sure.
Yeah,
you dye that
yeah.
as well.
Now that you're naked, how hairy are you?
Good question.
These are the questions.
For all
Yeah.
of the readers.
I want to
This is all you, Willis.
description.
Oh my
These
god.
are the real questions. Yeah. Describe to us.
It's like a thick ink.
It is the beard of blue.
Yeah.
Are
So
you
like,
like, when you
Yeah.
take your shirt off, are you like Saber from the neck down?
I imagine more like a good like swath of like chest hair, like
Yeah, that would be
full like.
Is it like a rug? Yeah.
Austin Powers?
He has little braids.
Yeah, describe it for us. Let's let him describe it. Let's let him describe it.
Well, how am I gonna describe my character like this?
Don't be embarrassed.
Well, Pippin.
I can see you.
Yeah, sorry. I'm just gonna stand up and I'll just show him like my chest, and it's just like fully like just like all my hair is just like right
And
there.
it's all wet.
But I
It's
just
all
like leave it up to like
it's all right
here.
there.
The rest is, you know, the rest is for mystery.
Yeah.
We're
Pippin.
talking about
Pippin-
that. We just
Pippin. Yeah. Pippin
Pippin
blushes.
didn't ask.
Yeah.
We were asking out of character.
Oh, I'm a character.
You're presenting yourself to
Oh, I
Yeah. Pippin's gonna blush.
Pippin's doing a power stance and he's competing with me. Well.
The
Wow.
rest is up to your
I'm
imagination.
gonna leave now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Willow just like walks away.
I finish my blowout and I'm like,
my nose starts to bleed.
okay.
Not even back to the cart, like just like gone.
Tenaculum's covering your eyes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gray, do you have any distinguishing body marks that people would see?
A lot of scars. A lot of battle wounds. Nothing too out of the ordinary, I would say. But
Oh.
just a bunch of scars.
You guys would notice Pippin actually doesn't have a belly button.
Yes, you would. Especially during the power stance, it's just like flat.
Yeah, I don't have a belly button.
No abs, a little pudge. Just
Yeah.
a little small one.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
But-
Got there.
Yeah, but I'm pretty like Pippin's just like pretty thin, you know. He's like a thin small boy.
And you, Pippin has seen other people, so but you see that they all have belly buttons.
Yeah, I've seen other people
I'm
shirtless.
just saying all of them.
Yeah.
You didn't see my belly button.
They always see your belly button.
True.
Yeah, with that crop top.
Okay, so after you guys bathe and just hop on the cart,
I'm just like waiting.
I would
I'm
like
like,
to
oh my
refill.
goodness.
Yeah, I would be.
Taking
I would be
so
back
long.
first, and I'll like eat some of the venison leg,
Breakfast.
deer leg.
I'm gonna
it takes
fill
you
my-
quite a while. And say you have heavy armor as well, correct?
I
It
have
takes
been
you guys quite a while to
tying
get back
things to the
dressed.
car and hooking up the donkey. Like, yeah, I'm just kind of like,
The normal stuff, yeah.
it's taking them so long.
It's probably around, let's say, it's probably around 10 by the time bait. You guys didn't, no one really rushed. You guys kind of had a slow morning. You probably ate already as well because there's food ready for you.
I'm gonna finish my water skin and refill while I'm here.
Yeah, I'll make sure I fill up too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Drink
Yeah,
and
me
fill.
too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, so we're on the road.
Okay.
On the
So
road again?
who's driving and what's everybody doing?
I'll be driving.
I'll
Yeah.
sit next to Nick.
Just like quick, what's everybody doing?
I'm just gonna be in the cart.
I
Yeah,
want
me
to
too.
sit near the front-ish. Like, no, I'm not gonna be all the way at the back.
Okay. Whoever would be not too distracted can roll a perception check.
Okay. I'm gonna roll this. I'm
Yeah.
Oh, natural one.
not doing anything.
Does driving distract you too much?
You can
Oh
roll
my
with
God.
disadvantage.
What was it, sorry, that we were doing?
Perception. And we'll start with Pippin over here and go in a circle and just tell me all about you.
Natural one.
17.
21.
23.
22.
19.
Why are all the girls from this like we're just on the road perception?
Yeah.
So like as you guys go throughout the day, it's still swelteringly hot. Who rolled above 20 again?
Me.
The three of you. You guys notice about halfway through the day that like the humidity is just gone. It is no longer humid and the temperature has decreased like a solid like 5, like 6, maybe even 7 degrees. Like it is like
Like, it
progress-
very quickly dropped?
like over the 4 hours
Okay.
that you traveled. It's like dropped, but like a lot.
Okay.
And you can see on the horizon there's like a thin layer, a thin like almost like wintry gray on the horizon. That is very different from the clouds you've been seeing, even the big storm that you saw the other day. This is more like like the kind of clouds that
Snow
like
clouds?
yeah, like that can snow. And you guys can begin to see that on the horizon after about 4 hours. As for the road, it is like not crazy busy in this area. But there are some other people. They're not coming from the journeyman's path, but you can see them coming down like side roads that are connecting to it. And they're just people in like fishermen with like carts full of like trout or salmon and stuff like that. And you see just like a variety of different tradesmen and stuff like that.
Okay.
All right.
Good.
Yeah.
Travel,
Okay.
travel.
Yeah, I'm just kind of sitting in the cart. I'm gonna be sitting in the cart all day, kind of like making some research notes. And anyone that pays attention, I have like a thin vial, and in the vial is the white hair that I plucked from Erie.
Okay.
And I'm gonna be writing furiously for most of the day.
I am not paying attention to that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say I probably wouldn't pay attention to that either.
Are you in front of me or behind me in the cart?
I don't know.
You
You're
said
near
you
the
were
front,
right up front,
so like it's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So you're like here. Wait, no, it's only 1, 2, 1, 2 because the 2 are in the front.
But he's in front of me?
He's either beside you or like right in your
Oh,
vision.
like right behind.
Yeah.
Okay. I would like to roll if I notice that he's studying at
You
one
rolled
of
like
the
a
hairs.
23, right?
Yeah, for my...
You already noticed.
Yeah.
Okay.
And my notes are like a complete mess. Like it's a mixture of like equations and notes, and most of it is written in Dwarvish.
That's what I was gonna ask. What is it written? Just for curiosity.
Yeah, so that
Yeah.
you see like a really hard square angular text.
I'm going to lean forward, assuming that he's sitting in front of me.
Yep.
Kind of like
Yeah.
over his
And I'm gonna look at him and go like, no.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, everything's fine. Why do you ask?
Oh, I don't know, you plucked that hair for me, and,
Yeah.
are you working on the dye?
Yes.
Okay. And I'm going to be a little bit like, I don't look suspicious, I just look a little bit like,
Yeah, I know the face.
I don't know what
You
he's
can roll
doing.
insight if you'd like to see how you interpret it. Like
There's
if
some
you...
suspect going in.
13.
13?
I rolled a natural one in deception.
Oh, picture it.
I've rolled 4 natural ones this time.
You're on a
Good
roll,
job.
Nice.
dude.
Good job.
Thank you.
He is
It's building up. I'm saving the 20s for
very
combat.
Nervous.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Very, very nervous.
Yeah.
And very sketchy.
Okay. I don't want to make him any more nervous, so I just, I don't push it. I just am watching. I'm keeping an eye on what he's doing
Can I see the?
because I don't know what he's doing.
Can I see the interaction between them two? Like
They're like beside you,
they're-
so
yeah. Like can I tell that they're kind of like side eyeing each other? Like
You can roll an insight. You guys are just full of insight checks.
That's
Natural
20.
20.
You do in
Yeah,
fact
you've
know
seen the
this.
whole exchange.
so I mean, just immediately interrupt everything that they're doing to kind of like break the
The
operative.
tension.
So Erie, tell me more about this jungle that you grew up in. How did you what did you do? What was the? I've never been to a jungle
Beyond
myself.
too.
Well, I mean, I grew up in a monastery, so I'm I mean, you know I'm a monk, right?
Yes, I do know that.
So
I'm sorry, I don't know much about you, but the monk I do know.
we spent most of our time, practicing martial arts, and we read, and we did calligraphy, and I learned how to whittle, like just a regular time with your family, and I just grew up there. That is where I've always lived.
Interesting, yes. I've never been to the jungle. I just don't know what kind of animals there are there.
All kinds of animals.
Interesting.
What was there something?
No,
specific?
I'm just interested. I've never been to a jungle myself.
You should visit, definitely. If you go, you should go to my monastery. They would definitely take you in and give you food and let you stay for a while. They're good, fine people.
Maybe one day.
Okay.
Alright. So the rest of the
And I
day-
just kind of watch all three of them because I'm the only other person in the bathroom, and I'm kind of like, alright, y'all weird.
Y'all weird.
What's with this conversation?
But I trust you all, so I will not do any
And
inside
you
checks.
you might hear this. Because you're all pretty high, so you could hear this maybe, but... Okay, so the rest of the day goes by, and again, the day just progressively gets colder and colder and colder. And by the time you make it to... you guys see a building in the distance that you can tell is some sort of inn. But it looks strange. It's almost like... right away, Willow, you'll notice this. You'll make the connection. But it looks like a boat that was like stuck into the ground. Like almost like it was shipwrecked.
Okay.
But it's not like we can't see the coast from here. But it was like shipwrecked into the ground. But it then has like a building built out of it as well.
Okay.
In the distance. But by the time you see that, like it is like freezing. You guys, if you guys don't have cloaks or anything on, you guys are shivering. And the clouds in the distance are like very, very close. They're only a little while away now.
The clouds?
For those who didn't roll high enough, you would definitely notice by now you see a thick patch in along the horizon of like full gray snow clouds, like clouds full of snow.
Are we that far north yet?
You guys are
No.
very far south in the
It's
beginning of spring.
Interesting.
Not even the beginning of spring. You guys are like a solid few weeks into spring.
So very unusual
Peculiar.
weather.
So like, Pip, can I see the map?
Can I do a little thing? I actually just want to. I have the new little like scarf shawl thing that I won at the circus. I'm actually gonna kind of fling it out and turn it blue. So like do it until it goes blue, and then I'm gonna wrap it around my shoulders, and it's to help me resist cold.
Yeah, so you'll feel a bit.
Cool.
So it doesn't fully make you like.
Yeah.
You're not like fully like, ooh, this is nice now, but you're
Yeah.
like, it takes a little bit of the bite away.
The edge off.
So you guys are out right down here in this area here. So like you see this small dot right along the curve.
Mm-hmm.
This is the Sturgeon Grove. So you guys are like right along there. So you
Yeah,
guys are
so
very
we're
close.
very far south.
Very far south. And even though this is like Drin, which is the continent, is very like central to the world, so like this doesn't have huge weather extremes either.
Okay.
But yeah, it's like really cool though.
Yes,
Yeah.
very
It's like
cold.
snow cold.
Especially those you guys, even though you live here, you've never really been here to this location before, but you know that like this cold, even further north in Kadareth, is uncommon. This kind of stuff doesn't happen. Like you don't get snow 3 weeks into Lurbenin. Like that's very strange.
Okay. I would never have seen snow before.
Oh, never ever. There, you can't see it yet, so like you
But
don't
like
really
this
understand.
temperature, I would never have.
No, you're like sure.
Yeah, shivering. Okay.
Knack,
Yeah.
is this normal? You know about this area.
Well, it's a bit unusual. It's a little bit cold.
It's very
Certainly.
cold. It's too cold.
I mean, there's snow.
Well, I wouldn't go so far as to say it's too cold. It's quite nice,
It
actually.
shouldn't be cold right now.
It's
I
quite
mean,
nice.
isn't it spring?
It is spring.
I'm comfortable.
But can you acknowledge the peculiarity of this?
Yes, I did.
Please acknowledge.
Yeah. Notice me.
Could it be magic snow?
It's not snowing though, right?
It is not snowing yet, but especially you're more used to this kind of weather, being from the River Princedoms.
Yeah.
And you can identify that there's no snow in this area, but you can see that the clouds on the horizon are most definitely snow.
Yeah, it's coming.
When we get closer, I can detect magic and see if there's some sort of magical weather effect going on. Though I don't really know if that's sort of a thing.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
if it was
I've
magic,
never-
I don't think we would feel cold, right?
I don't know why there would be magical weather in the middle of nowhere. But we'll
True.
see.
Well,
Alright.
maybe we should. You said that like shipwreck building is it kind of close by? On
Yeah,
the
it's probably
horizon?
like
Does it
maybe,
look occupied?
Maybe we should stop there and see.
Yeah, it's-
Is there like lights in them?
you
and
can
stuff?
see torches lit by the doors,
How long has it been?
and what do you mean?
Since we traveled from our stop.
4 hours.
It's been 8 hours now.
Yeah.
It's been the
Okay.
full day.
So
You guys are like winding down now.
Yeah.
But no, you can see like in the crooked ship, you can see there's windows, like porthole windows, and they have lights on. Some of them have lights on.
Maybe
them.
we should stop there for the night, especially with it being so cold. I
Is
don't know
this
that everyone
Rast?
is used to this kind of weather.
Is this Rastberg?
I'm not really sure. You have a map.
It's not on my map, but
Knack, do you know?
let's just go ask.
Pause.
Sorry.
Yeah, let's approach this shipwreck building. So it's like a ship that's wrecked that built into a tavern.
It's like yes, from as you guys approach, you can see like an anchor hung off to the side above the door, and a
Cool.
sign above it. It's called Anchor's Ridge.
Cool.
Is the name over top of it, and it's like a shipwreck, and the mast is like crooked, and it's still there with like hanging flags. There's an assortment of a multitude of different flags that you guys can't even place. They just look maybe they're just like homemade or something. But then there's another building part with stables off to the side that was built. So it looks like you enter in through the building, and then you can go into the shipwreck, which maybe you can assume is like some of you can assume that there's maybe rooms, maybe it is like someone's permanent lodging or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's check it out. It looks like a tavern. We can stop for the night.
Yes, please.
I would like to not sleep on the ground again,
So cold.
or in the back of the cart.
I'd
Maybe-
like to sleep in a ship tonight. That'd be nice.
Maybe we
Alright.
should find some extra clothing too. Especially if we should
Cool.
expect us
we
wearing.
can maybe some of you can ask around and see what's the deal with the snow.
Well, I'm sure there's other travelers, maybe merchants selling some goods. We might be able to find
Probably.
some clothing.
It is the season
For spring?
for merchants.
Oh.
So I'm gonna, as soon as we arrive, I'm gonna like kind of hop out right away, and I'm gonna kind of walk past the front of the cart. Knack, I'll ask if there's somewhere to leave the donkeys in our cart. I'll go in right now.
Alright.
So I'm gonna like head right in. So
Okay. Is anyone else going with Willow, or are you just rushing ahead?
I'll go,
Not really rushing.
I'm freezing. I'm going inside.
Okay.
I'll go inside too.
Yeah, I'll go in as well too.
I'll stay out with that.
With that? Okay. So as you guys go in, you are immediately, you open the door and like noise and music and laughter kind of just pours out over you, as well as like a wave of like heat from, and just looking in, you can see fireplaces built into the walls, like 3 of them scattered across this very large tavern area, which you can tell is the main building, and you can see stairs built to the right leading up into the ship.
okay.
And you can see along the back, you can see like the bar with like a whole bunch of kegs behind it. And you can just see a multitude of different people, whether it be like young and old humans to some dragonborns and halflings scattered around, with like a few kobolds running around holding trays of drink,
Cool.
just serving, and everybody's laughing, and just definitely like a very home-like. Everybody seems very familiar with each other, at least who's here right now.
I'm gonna kind of walk straight to the bar and does it look like there's somebody like kind of in charge, or is it just one person back there?
Right now at the bar, there's only a single person, and they're a thinner, white-skinned dragonborn with a very thin face and very delicate-looking horns that curve around underneath their ears. You can't quite, you're not very familiar with dragonborn, so you can't really tell a gender from just that information. But they look like they're just like pouring some drinks, and they seem to be the only one behind the bar currently.
Excuse me, barkeep?
Yes, dear.
I was wondering if you still have rooms available. Looks quite
Rooms?
busy.
Oh yes, a lot of these folk are just like from the farms nearby.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So you
Don't
do
worry.
have rooms?
Yes, how many are you looking for?
Well, we have 6, so probably at least 3 rooms.
At least we have some bigger rooms. We have at least one big room available that can 4, I believe, can sleep in one of those,
Okay.
as long as one's okay on the floor.
Okay.
Okay, if not, I can do some other. I can do 3 for you.
Okay. And is there a place outside to tie up some animals and
Oh, yeah, of course.
carts?
It's just gonna be 2 silver for the night for that,
Okay.
and that includes the feed.
Oh, very good.
Can I get a name for you, dear, so I can
my
write it
name's
down?
Willowa.
Willowa, good to meet you, Willowa. Welcome to Persimmon and the Anchor's Ridge.
Thank you. What's
Yeah.
your name?
I'm Orca.
Orca. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
I'm gonna let my friends know outside, and then I'll come back and we'll pay for the rooms and
Hey,
everything.
beautiful. It was nice to
I'll
meet
give
you,
you 2
Willowa.
silver though for the cart.
Okay, and just go out there. There's no one out there right now. It's dreadfully cold still.
Yes,
Yes.
it's kind of peculiar. You obviously are from around here. Does that happen often?
Oh no, it's quite terrible. It's just this year so far. We're hoping that is it not like this everywhere?
We've just been traveling and noticed the cold kind of setting in on the road. So yeah,
Well, that's quite concerning.
yeah,
Well, I would like to talk to you and your group. when
For
you
sure.
Come back in.
yeah. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go outside. I've paid for the stables for the 2 donkeys.
Mm-hmm.
There's feed for them for the evening, and we can leave our cart out here, and you can come inside.
Knack. Me and Knack will just stay here in the stables.
Well, I mean,
Brush down the donkeys.
we should probably go inside.
You want to sleep out in the stable?
Just for, just a bit to get brush down the donkeys.
Take your time. I just wanted to let you know it's all paid for.
Okay, thank you.
What do you 3 want to be doing? Because Willowa, you were right there. You heard the whole
Yeah.
conversation, and Orca is still there. Would you guys like anything there?
Yes,
dearies?
please. Can I have some hot cocoa?
Of course. Hot cocoa, of course. Let's see if I can find some in the back for you. Chocolate's kind of scarce right now. We haven't had too many people come through because of the cold.
I can pay.
Okay, dear. And if you guys go find a table, I'll get one of my sons there to run out for you.
I'm gonna look around to see if there's like any wanted posters or anything like that that are up or anybody.
Roll just a quick perception check. Actually, investigation, not perception.
10.
10. Off to the side, there's a small stage where someone looks like they're tuning a lute to maybe begin playing for a little bit. You see a post, a board that it's not very full, but there's just some scattered papers across it. And just taking a look at it, you don't see any
There's nothing on
wanted
there.
posters.
Okay.
Not even there's none at all. There's no wanted posters.
Okay.
Orca, could I get some food and drink?
Of course, dear. Do you want to take a seat and I bring some over for you? What do you want?
Give me the special for
The
this.
special sounds good. I'll have to let you know we are running low on some of our good fresh stuff because the winter's lasted very long. Is that okay?
Sounds good.
Okay, and I'll get the payment from you for your rooms as well. Okay.
Sounds
So
good.
you 3 take a seat, and I'll bring that hot cocoa. And you're good with the special as well?
I'll take that as well. Yes,
Okay.
thank you.
I'll be there, right there for you, dears. What?
Thank
And you guys can go find a seat.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, what's the nicest table?
The nicest
Right in
table.
the middle. I mean, just like maybe off to the side, maybe.
Up to the side, there's one that is near one of the the bigger windows. There's a fireplace next to the window there. That looks like it was recently vacated. So it's a little the chairs are scattered. There's some crumbs on the floor, but it's not dirty. So it looks like it's big enough for the 6 of you.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I proceed.
Okay.
I'm gonna head back in. I know you said you might want to stay out.
Yeah,
I'm
so
gonna
we're in the
head back in.
stables still.
Okay. So what would you 2 like to do?
I'm gonna be brushing down one of the donkeys. Knack,
Mm.
are you good to go in there?
I mean, yeah.
Okay. If you need me to make an antitoxin, I can, though. It will deplete my supplies.
Oh, no. Whatever would I need that for?
I'm gonna just keep brushing the donkey.
And I'm visibly kind of got the itches now too. I'm kind of twitching and just itching
Yeah,
random
and
spots. And
Pippin's I'm not equipped for this. My solution is antitoxin. And I'm gonna do, alright, well, I'm going to go inside then.
All right, let's go.
All right, I'm gonna hold up my hand.
In all class.
And we'll go inside.
You guys are
Like a dainty lady.
Yeah.
cute.
Very cute. So upon entering Willow, you're entering moments before them. You will see, you don't see Orca because she supposedly probably went to the back for something, you're assuming. But you do see the three of them sitting at this table. And the table actually it's not a separate table, but it's a long table. And you guys are sitting near the fireplace, and there is like enough seats for the three of you guys. When there's some other people sitting at the rest of the long table with you guys.
Over here.
I'm gonna head back to the bar.
Okay.
Just
So you hear Loden over here, and then you walk away.
I just want to.
Hey.
Yeah.
Bye.
Just fair. So after a few moments, Orca will come up. So dear, are you ready for the rooms?
Yeah, I'm gonna pay for like one.
Just the one? Okay. How
Yeah, there's the other. I mean, everyone can pay for their own rooms. I'm not gonna pay for everyone.
Oh, I wasn't sure how you guys were. I didn't-
Yeah.
Is that them over there?
Yeah, the three
Okay.
sitting there, and then there's two others that are coming in behind
Okay.
me.
Did you want just for two?
I'll pay for two, just for the.
This for two?
Yeah.
Okay, it's gonna be 5 silver pieces for that, and that's
Okay.
including your meals, unless you're gonna be drinking.
Oh, no drinks for me tonight.
Okay. So it's gonna be 5 silver for you.
Okay. So I'll pay that.
Okay. And this, yeah, and that's for the two people in the room.
I'll join. Me and Knack. We'll join the table.
Okay. So you'll just go to the table.
Yeah.
I don't join the table.
Oh.
Okay.
I'll stay with Knack then, wherever he is.
So you're still holding his hand.
Yeah, I'm holding his hand. We're standing in the entryway, looking at everybody.
Okay, so you see, once again, the three of them sitting at the table, but you can see Willow's tall, because Willow is quite tall. You can see her form over, standing at the bar, next to this, like, very thin, beautiful Dragonborn woman. And you are more familiar with Dragonborn, so you can tell that it is a woman, indeed, because of the thinner features. And actually the way the teeth go, females' teeth go up, and males' teeth go down. It's like crocodiles.
Is that real in crocodiles?
Crocodiles and alligators.
Really?
Yeah, that's how you tell the difference between a crocodile and an
An
alligator.
alligator.
Women or
No,
not
I'm
the
doing
female.
not the female and male thing.
Yeah, a crocodile is a female alligator.
No, I meant like female.
No,
No.
I'm just like applying different things to
Oh,
it. Yeah.
I thought you meant in real life.
No.
I was like, really?
Yeah.
Fun fact.
They mate with their teeth.
They can.
Yeah. So you see Willow at the bar, and you guys are just kind of waiting for your food. Didn't order any drinks, but you ordered your hot cocoa, but it's not here yet.
Knack, would you like to go sit down?
Yeah, at the bar. Let's go. And then I'll pull.
Oh,
You.
yeah.
Are you gonna just go willingly?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you gonna go next to Willowa, or there's more seats at the bar?
We'll find 2 seats.
Yeah.
Okay. There's some next to Willowa, or some not.
Some not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So once you're finished up,
I'm going to.
would you like some food as well, dear? I can bring it to the table for you.
Yes, please.
And who else is going to be in the room with you? They don't have to pay for it.
I'm not really sure, so
Well-
I'll just see who wants to room with me.
Sounds good. Let me know when the food
I
comes.
will.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah,
And
and
I'm
then-
gonna head to the table.
Okay. And you guys will come over. Hi, dearies. How are you doing today?
Well, how are you, citizen?
Well, I'm quite good. Welcome to Anchor's Ridge.
Greetings. Strange weather, isn't it?
Very strange. Sorry, you're not the first person to say today. That's not how it is everywhere this year.
No. It's normally spring everywhere at this time. It's Lurbenin, you know.
It is, but it's very strange. We thought we had an extended winter.
Peculiar.
We haven't had very many travelers because of it.
I see. So basically, you're saying when we came out of winter, you folks didn't.
Yes, we've had the blizzard. There's been a blizzard for the past few weeks in Sturgeon's Grove.
Sturgeon's Grove. Yes, and Rastburg is in Sturgeon's Grove, correct?
Rasberg? Yes. It's
Yes.
located. I'm worried about them. We haven't had anyone from there since.
Where are we? The surrounding area. Is it Persimmon?
Persimmon? Yeah, that's the township. It's not really much of a town, though.
I see. Well, all right. I'd like milk, please.
Any rooms for you two as well?
Yes, please.
Of course, just for two.
Yes.
Okay, it's gonna be 5 silver.
And then I'll hand over 5 silver.
Okay.
And 9 pints of ale.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. Did you say there was 2 of you?
Well, we need 2 rooms, so we're with a group.
With the group.
Yes.
9 pints. Who's drinking?
Well, I'm a dwarf, of course. So
Yeah.
I drink.
9 pints, please.
Here's
18
2.
total.
Here's how much is that? Here's 5 gold.
5. So 9 pints is gonna be.
Is that like almost a keg?
Y'all poor.
That is gonna be 2 gold pieces for 9 pints.
There's 5 gold. No questions.
No questions.
I'll ask for another round.
And she's like, okay, dear, I'll bring it to your table for you then.
I'll wait here.
Yeah, we're gonna be sitting at the bar.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's like, what the heck?
So she's gonna put 1 down at a time. Very slowly. 1.
I'll wait until I have all 9.
She'll look at you and wait for you to drink it.
I'll just keep waiting. 5 gold, there it is. 9 pints.
Yeah.
5 gold.
I give her 5 gold for all of it, yeah, for the rooms and for the milk and the 9 pints.
Okay, so. Okay, so she'll put all 9 down. What are you guys doing at the other table?
Well, I mean, I can see them at the bar, right?
And you can see.
Can I see?
You
can
can
I
see
the
like
amount
a.
of beer they or the amount of ale
The
that
way Orca is stacking them is like 5 on the bottom, and then 4 in the middle, and it's like a
has?
tower.
Can I see that he's like?
You guys can all
I see that
see
he's
the
like
tower.
drooling over top of it?
You can't see his face.
All right, I'm gonna
He's back
I'm gonna
to
stand up.
Are
And
they
I'm gonna
still
walk
holding
over.
hands?
Yes.
As you stand up, there'll be a small kobold with like assorted different like he has like red skin with like black patterns across him, like little diamonds. He's gonna be like, I have some 2 specials.
Yes, one is mine. I would be right back there. And
Of course, I'll put it here.
I'll take the other one.
And then, who had the hot cocoa? Me. It's gonna be. I'm sorry to say, it's gonna be an extra charge.
That's fine.
1 silver for it.
I give him 1 silver.
It's like a decent sized like cup of hot cocoa. No marshmallows though.
And I got a drink too,
No
right?
What?
I got a drink too.
You didn't order a drink.
I did.
Did
You
you?
did, yeah.
Said
You said
food
food and
and
drink.
drink.
Yeah.
Oh, my apologies.
What a
Oh,
terrible
sorry
man.
about that. I'll bring it up. It's gonna be 1. It's
No
gonna be
tip.
2 extra silver for that. Okay?
Give me money.
And he'll dash off. Then where are you going?
I'm gonna walk up to Knack. Knack, perhaps maybe not today. I don't know if you should. I don't know if this is such a great idea. But I'm not talking very loud. I'm kind of just like, Knack,
Hush
I don't
tones.
know if this is a great idea. And I'm kind of talking in between Knack and Pippin, so Pippin can hear too.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure what you're referring to, but Pippin, this is for you.
Thank you.
Here, Lonan, since you're up here, there's one for you.
Shall we share the rest with the group?
And then I'll do 4 and 3 with the 7 remaining,
Okay.
and I'll start with the 4.
Oh, and do the same like look.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna have you do a Constitution saving throw.
You know better than this, pal.
Advantage though, right? Because we said it's
With
poison.
advantage because it's
Yeah.
poisoned.
Not 20 on the first one.
You're good. So you like hammer it back, and you feel like the heat in your face like rush up, but then just settle, and you're good.
Feeling good.
I'll put those 4 down.
So looking at him, I can tell he's like, he's okay, right?
He's okay.
So far.
Yeah, he like no change.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if it's going to be like that, then, and I'm going to grab the other 3 that he has there, and I'm going to just
He
like.
has it in his hand.
Oh, you got all that 3 in your hand?
In my
Yeah.
He
hand.
gave you
Oh,
one.
I give you-
sorry.
I'll hand you mine.
Well, never mind. I was gonna drink the other 3 that you had.
You can try to grab him out of his hand if you want.
Or ask him.
Yeah, try.
Yes.
That's right.
Fight to the death.
Yeah, bar fight.
It has been a long day on the road. We can celebrate.
Yes. Celebration.
Very well.
Cheers.
And just then the lute's gonna start playing like.
Oh, is there like a musician?
Yeah. Next to the bulletin board.
I drink
A
the loot.
lute.
Okay, and you can roll another Constitution saving throw with advantage.
Not this time.
It's with advantage, so it's okay.
It's
What are you guys
I
doing?
don't understand.
You roll
Just
another
roll
one.
this one.
No, that one rolled bad, so
Dice
I'm not
show.
rolling
It's
it.
gonna be a natural one.
Oh, I rolled 3 with both of them because that's
Wow.
That's
Okay, so
That's fate.
what's your Constitution? What's that?
5.
Dude, you're gonna be
Yeah,
cute.
you are not doing so hot now,
Yeah.
You
and
feel
you can
all
feel the
seven
flush.
all at once.
And even like as you're trying to put it down, you're like you're sitting and you stumble. Yeah, and you're a poison, so you have the poison condition.
So you're drunk.
Oh,
You're drunk.
Yeah, you're all drunk.
You drunk a-hole.
I'm gonna return the. I'm returning the empty bottle or the empty like glasses to Orca.
Okay.
And
Thank you, dear.
There you go. Just make sure my friend over there maybe hold back a little bit of ale for him. He's not feeling so well right now.
Yes, I think so. Maybe you should take him to the table with you and your friends, though, dear.
Very well. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. And so, were you getting food?
Oh, you
already got food.
Yes,
My
I did,
apologies.
yes. And I'm going to walk over and Knack, why don't we go sit down? Me and Pippin would like to take. Pippin, you want to go rest up a little bit and share some stories with the friends?
All right.
Listen to this loot.
Sure.
Back at the table, Willow, Eerie, and Gray. I don't know. I forgot your name for a second. You see the people next to you. It's just a collection of like some ragtag humans and there's a little halfling standing on the table, and he has a cup and he has dice in it, and they're going to be getting a dice game next to you guys. Aye, lass, do you want to join in?
Okay.
Okay. You know how to play?
No.
Okay, then all you gotta do is you gotta roll high.
Oh god.
Which dice?
Don't spend too much
2d6s.
money. They're eerie.
2d6s?
Yeah, they're right there.
So how?
Well, roll
What's
the-
your betting?
Give her another one, yeah.
See, I'd rather just roll them together.
What's your betting, dear?
Oh no.
Start small.
What are you betting?
Here, you don't know how to play? We'll go low. We'll do 1 copper.
Okay. I put in 1 copper.
Okay, so you gotta beat my score, okay?
Okay.
So you roll first.
Saber?
Oh.
7.
7. Oh, Lassie, you just beat me. I got 6 here. Congratulations, 1 copper for ya.
And then I put 1 gold in the middle.
Oh, rich blood, I see. Rich blood. I mean, he's gonna look at you 3 and just like he has like a little stubble, like not like definitely not a dwarven beard, but like a little stubble on his face. It's like you're really weird looking. Like you're weird. They're normal. They're humans, but like
I'm weird.
some rich blood here. Well, dear, let's try again.
I shake my head. No, not rich.
Oh, there, dear. Beats an 8.
Oh. Saber?
Nice.
Nice!
No, oh, lass,
Nice.
you truly know. You truly know.
Are you excited?
And so you get the 1 gold. Here
Looks
you go.
like we can eat dinner tonight.
Ooh. Here, how about 1 more try, lass? Little less rich. Let's do 2 silver this time.
You're taking all those guys' money.
And I say 2 gold or nothing.
We got to deal there, dear.
I'm gonna while this is happening, I'm gonna look at Gray and I'm gonna be like, well, she's hooked.
Yeah.
So
It all started
I'm
with
gonna
a
have
circus.
Gray and Willowa, because you guys are watching this. You guys can roll a perception check for me. But Eerie has like those gambling eyes on.
Yeah, I got the dollar signs in my
I
eye
rolled
rolls.
very poorly.
11.
11. Okay. So you don't. So
I
this is
will
first
not
thing.
notice it, yeah. For sure.
Beats another 8, lass.
Did he double?
They're rubbing on my head.
No one saw.
Oh, 7.
Oh,
No.
Lassie, you came close. You came close. Don't worry, you were that first one. You want to try one more time?
No, I'm okay.
No,
Just by looking at him, can I tell that if he has any like?
You're not there yet.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah, you guys are walking up now. So this is happening while you guys are at the
All
bar.
right. Well, I can I tell that they're by walking up. Can I tell what they're doing?
They're just playing dice.
Okay.
From what you see.
Can,
You see Eerie lost as
Alright.
you're walking up.
can I tell it? Does he have any expensive items on him? Like, does he have like any like flashy rings or?
He has like one nice one with like a sapphire in the middle, and like all the other ones are just kind of like plain like iron rings on his head. But he doesn't look like super sketchy. He just looks like a guy
Yeah.
who's like dressed up to have a good time.
Oh, we're playing dice, are we?
Yes,
Do
we
we have any? Is
I
there?
gave him my
The 2 gold
by
back.
the way.
Yeah, you only lost 1, so that's okay.
Is there anything else we can wager other than gold?
What are you willing to trade there, lad?
I don't know.
Our lives.
What do you have?
Oh, lad, I'm not the one asking a question like that. What do you have to trade?
I'm not. I don't know. I'll pull out my bag and I have like my cup that I
Your
got.
Stein.
Stein of
Singing.
singing.
No, what's that, lad? I have never. That's just a cup. You want to trade cups?
It's not just a cup, however. This cup tells you more than you need to know about the drink that you're about to have.
Well, demonstration, and everybody at the table's like, show us, show us, show us.
So I'll take a thing of ale and I'll pour the ale inside of the cup.
And then it's just gonna like sprout. Do you have any music specifically you wanted to sing?
Yeah, it's gonna be
More of a beat than music.
Yeah.
It's been beatboxes.
Yeah.
A sign of beatboxing.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's quite beautiful. Never seen anything like that before.
Yes. I believe that if potentially your drink could be a little tainted with something, you might be able to know that you should not be drinking it.
Oh, well.
What kind of items do you have up for grabs? Perhaps.
Well, I don't think that seems a little rich for my blood. I don't have anything like that. Anyone here have anything around?
What about your ring there, sir?
Lad, this is an heirloom for my family. Don't know if I can give this up.
Which family?
I'm with the Green Heralds.
The Green Herald.
Yes.
What do I know?
What do I know?
Roll history with disadvantage.
Not a thing.
13.
You know no halflings. You've never really met any other than your time in Kadarth, so you don't really know any family histories for halflings.
Does it look like really? Is it like made out of gold? Or?
It looks very expensive. It has a fairly nice size, the size of a penny teardrop shaped sapphire in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then it is it looks like you can't tell if it's solid gold, but it looks like it. It might be gold plated or solid gold. You can't quite tell just by looking.
Well, so you're not willing to wager your ring, I'm assuming.
Well, does anyone? I'm not willing to wager, but does anyone else here have anything for us? And a rugged-looking woman with an eye patch on is going to stand up in the back. She's like, "I got something for you there."
Ooh.
And she'll take off a ring, and this one is just a simple green metallic-looking band with a glass rose on the top.
Ooh.
I'll be willing to wager this there, lad.
I want it. I want it.
Willing to make a trade?
For
A trade or a
we're going to
bad?
play dice.
Whoever wins,
Your
wins
start, do you want?
both.
Can I turn around and whisper to Pippin? Pippin, I know that. You know what? Before I do that, would I have known that Pippin has previously been researching, not researching, but doing detect magic?
He's told you.
You told me that he did. Okay.
Mhm.
Pippin, can you tell if that ring
Yeah.
has any hidden aspects to it?
That ring that she has?
Yes.
Sure, just a moment. And then I pull a little eyedropper out of my bag and I go and I drop it into my eyes, gonna glow like a poisony green. I'm gonna turn and look at her.
Okay, and you will see the Stein for one.
The singing stein,
The
yeah.
Stein, and the Stein is going to be just
Like evocation.
just like an evocation. It's producing the sound.
Yeah.
You'll see Willowa, because Willowa's in your range of sight. You see Willowa's nice little shawl is evocation,
Yeah.
and then you see the ring, and the ring is conjuration.
And it's giving off an aura of
And
magic.
it's giving it it's giving off an aura of conjuration magic.
Yes. The ring does seem to have a property of conjuration about it. Some sort of minor enchantment, I suppose.
And what are you talking about there? You're not. Do you want to make the bet or not?
Let's do it.
And then I'm just in the background.
Okay, let's do it.
You see him.
Just put it down, and then she'll grab the dice, and it's gonna be the dice game.
Does
as
she
well.
look pretty? Does she look pretty sketchy?
She looks tough. She has tattoos on her arms.
Biker babe.
I'm gonna make
Yeah.
sure that while she's rolling, there's no hit. I'm just gonna keep an eye on the die while she's rolling. as
Okay,
well.
so before we roll, you can roll a perception roll then.
Oh. 10.
Okay. So you
Should
can
we
make a
roll
roll.
well again or no?
Pardon?
What?
Should we roll again or no?
What do you mean?
For perception at the table?
Well,
We're at a different table.
Is anyone? No, you guys are there. Is anyone caring to watch?
I'm
I'm
watching,
watching.
but
I'm watching,
Pippin
yeah.
wouldn't look for that.
Whoever thinks they would be watching for it can. The reason I said for you two then is because you were specifically talking about Erie's hook. You were focusing on Erie
Yeah.
in that moment, right?
I do still have my detect magic on, though. It'll last for 10 minutes.
Yes.
I think I still would be watching. watching.
Okay, so yeah.
13.
Okay. So great.
Willow is too trusting to be watching.
Yeah, I'm just like, meh.
You don't see anything.
You're bitter. You just lost.
Yeah.
Okay. Make
Drinking
your
your
roll.
hot
You
chocolate.
win some, you lose some.
Oh, 7.
7. It's a tie there.
Ah.
Oh, tie!
Going to go again.
Double or nothing.
Let's go again. I'll watch as she rolls again.
Okay.
Yes. All right. 22.
Don't say anything. Make your roll.
6. No.
Lad, you beat me fair and square with
Yeah.
a 5.
Yeah.
I'll give you this. Do you want to know what it does?
I would like to.
And she's going to slip it on her finger and flip her wrist, and a rose will appear in her hand.
Oh.
Yeah. For you. And she'll give it to you.
Is this the conjuring magic where
I take it.
Yeah.
Nice.
And it lasts, and it smells very nice, and it's a red rose.
Is it like an illusion? Is it like a...
No, it's a solid rose. She can smell it, she can feel it.
You okay?
Is it, Okay.
Yeah. And then it can do something else. But that one's not quite the same, and she's going to, like, do it again. And this time the rose is almost like a sheer, like, iron color all the way across.
Ooh,
She's going to
pretty.
throw it, and it's going to stab into the wall.
Cool.
So you can make roses with it, and you can make rose darts.
Yeah.
Cool.
And but you can only that one 3 times. You're lucky, lad. I like you. What's your name?
LB.
LB. How do you like ELB? It's an interesting name. Foreigner, I guess.
Yes.
And she'll give you the ring,
Yes.
and it's called a ring of roses.
Ring of Roses.
Nice.
Ring around the rosy.
You mentioned that I can only do that 3 times before the ring fades.
Oh no, just per day.
Per
Yes.
day. I
I don't know much about
Curious.
how magic things work.
Pippin will look up. It creates 3 darts a day.
Oh yes, the sharp ones, yes.
But how many normal roses can it produce?
Have you never tried? I guess maybe 1.
1 per day.
Who knows?
Maybe more. I will perhaps conduct an experiment with it.
Okay, and then you guys can continue playing. You guys are free to play dice with us if you want some more,
Put
lads.
the ring on me.
Anyone else here? You look like the Benton type there, laddie. Would you like to give it a try?
No.
Yeah.
And
It's
I'm
all
going to cast
over,
thaumaturgy,
Okay.
and I will yell. Or at least like project my voice, I should say.
How much louder is it going to be? Than
Loud enough
Just
to...
do what he's saying.
I want you to yell. Everyone
Turn it
get
into a
prepared.
So
tornado.
it's going to start with an extremely loud hiccup as I go, and everybody hears that. I'm like,
And the loot stops.
Barkeep, more ale.
And everybody's just going to turn to Orca, and she's standing there. She has the cloth, and she's like... Just points.
No.
And then everything kind of just
The
clambers
music
back
keeps
up.
back.
Yeah, the
I'm
music
just
kind of picks up.
eating still.
So do we have rooms?
I paid for one if you want to share mine.
Me
Okay.
and Nat have one.
Me and Lonan can share one, I suppose.
Sounds great.
LB.
Same little kobold will run up. I have another special. Oh,
That's
for
for
you.
me.
You can use your ale there.
Oh, thank you.
I
Yeah.
suppose I will need sustenance.
Your ale. And it's just 1.
And slam
And
it
then-
back.
Wench,
Who else?
I will be needing sustenance.
Excuse
please.
me? I'm a professional.
Wench.
Is that not the
Oh.
appropriate?
What?
I thought that was Reno for a second. Oh my
Oh my god.
Saber's offended you called that server a wench.
Are you okay?
Oh my goodness.
That was so funny.
That was something else. Well,
That was very cute.
I will be needing some
just call me
form-
sir.
Sure, sir. I will be needing some sort of food, please.
Of course. Have you paid? Yes, you have. You have paid. Is this special?
Yes, please.
You want a drink?
Milk, please.
Milk. It's gonna be 1 silver for milk.
Water, please.
Okay, water's free. And then you guys haven't paid yet, right? Who hasn't paid?
I
You two
paid.
paid. Who are you paying for?
I paid for myself and my friend Erie.
Okay.
And I already paid for my hot cocoa.
Yes, I remember. That was me. And who did you pay for?
I was paid for by my friend here.
Okay, and then so you two, are you getting a room?
Yeah.
5 silver for a good one.
Okay, like with how cold it is outside, I'm somewhat used to the cold, but is it?
No, you're not used to sleeping outside.
Not like asleep. Okay. Yes, I believe we can grab a room.
It's 5 silver for the room, and that's going to include your meals, but not your drinks.
I already paid.
They already paid. I'm just letting you guys know.
I never got a drink, but I'll.
You have one in your hand.
That was from my friend.
You have a singing stein. It's still singing.
Oh,
I'm gonna slide that 5 silver. There you go. Thank you very much, sir.
Well, okay, I'll bring. Did you want food there, miss?
No, thank you.
Okay, and then I'll bring food for you too. Okay.
Thank you.
There
Very
you go.
excellent
So we'll
service,
put the
sir.
really big tray under his arm and run off.
Cute.
We can split the room. I'll give you 2 silver for
There you go. Thank you.
Well, I think I'm going to head to bed to the room.
Me as
But
well.
he's gonna bring you food.
Oh,
That
yes.
was safe.
Sorry. I sometimes
The
forget to eat.
sustenance that you
Yes.
just asked for.
I will need sustenance, correct.
it.
And I'm gonna be
Sustenance.
eating right now because I just got my food.
Okay, yeah. And the food is like, it's not rations, but it's like salted like mutton, with like potatoes. It's nothing. It's fairly bland. It's something great. You can tell that like they're running out of some sort of reserves. There's not a lot of things growing right now.
Taters and mutton.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to head to bed as well too.
Is
Go
there
You're eating soon.
in the tavern is there like a quest board?
Yep. Loden saw it.
I didn't
You would have seen Loden. No, you wouldn't have seen Loden.
I didn't look at the quest. I wasn't looking at the quest.
Okay, but there, you do see a board next to the stage where the lute is being played.
I'm going to go examine it and see what quests are on the quest board.
Okay, it's not too many. Like, there's some small ones like farmhands looking for farm hands for the upcoming growing season. Like, have you seen my dog? Like local single looking to mingle. Like a singles night. Yeah, like nothing. There's no like really hardcore ones, except for a big warning. It's like stay inside, folks. Winter's lasting a while.
That's
In a
exactly
while.
That's exactly what it
Winter's
says.
coming.
Exactly. It's
Oh,
very,
wow.
and it's written in like good hand.
The Night King's End.
Alright, I'm going to take out a little piece of paper and I'm going to take out my pen and dip it in some ink and I'm going to write alchemist, potion maker, and herbal remedies and then I'll put it on the board and then I'll write my room number on it.
Okay, and you would have gotten a key. Everybody who got yours, and
And
they're
you
all
wrote
next
down
to each
Loden
other.
here.
You're in like
Draw a picture of him.
310.
Perfect.
310, 311, 312. What? What is everybody doing for the rest of the...
I'll finish drinking that ale,
Okay.
and then I'll wander up to like the stage where the lute player is, and then I'll just like drunk guy solo dance just there by myself.
Oh, I love it. In your armor, and it's like
Yeah.
clanging.
Drunk guy solo dance.
I like it.
And you
Yeah.
just, like... You look like... You're actually bathed at least, but you still look... You have like homeless garb on, right? Like trash.
Yeah, it doesn't look good.
Yeah.
Does not
But
look
your
good.
beard... But then it's a very beautiful hair.
Oh.
You're just up there drunk dancing. I'm eating my meal.
I'm just watching.
Is he okay?
So far,
I mean, it seems like every time we're
I
near
mean,
him.
I'm glad I'm not in a room with him tonight.
Yeah.
And so everybody is still in the bar area, correct?
Yes.
Mhm.
You guys, the music will stop once more as the door swings open, and you guys hadn't realized because you're inside, but it has begun to snow, and quite like hard. So like a big flurry of snow blows in as a woman collapses into the bar.
ooh.
Yeah.
I'll go right
Everybody but Pippin and Mac can roll a perception check because you guys were somewhere else. You guys too far away to see this, anyways.
20, not natural.
Okay.
5.
You don't see it.
No, I'm watching you dance.
19.
Okay, you two see that before she collapses, like her face is just like you can tell she has like an olive kind of complexion, but her nose is just like bruised black, and it's not there, like almost like
Frostbite.
you wouldn't be familiar with it, but you would recognize that like her face is just ravaged by frostbite as she collapses.
I rush over to her as fast as I can, and
I'm gonna be like
and I-
kind of behind him.
And there's quite a few people like slowly like big shock, and you guys
Yeah.
like are the first there.
As
but,
fast as I
like,
can,
a
just
small
like take
crowd.
off any cloak or anything that I have, and I wrap her in it as fast as I can.
Okay.
And I try to like cut, like bring her in for like
You
warmth.
can feel her like shallow breathing.
Pippin, as fast as you can. Please.
I'm nailing my thing to the board.
You hit your thumb.
Ah!
If he like right near me, can I grab him?
He's on the other side.
I'm gonna
of the
swear in
large room.
Dwarvish, and then I'm gonna start walking over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pippin, please give us some sort of potion
5
for
points of
this.
lay on hands.
You can run over before Pippin gets there and do that. Yes.
Okay.
So you're calling to Pippin, but Gray runs over before.
And lay on hands.
And you see like that black energy that you've seen before
You're dancing.
seep into her, and she like takes a deeper breath that you can feel loaded because you're holding her, and then just like kind of like passes out.
Okay.
Going to walk over.
Let her
Ah,
rest. Let her
fucking
rest.
Christ.
Yeah. And then in that moment, as everybody else is like, I'm not sure if Eerie or Nak is still probably drunk.
I'm
dancing.
watching, but I've not like walked up.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like craning my head over to look what's happening.
Orca's gonna,
Standing
you're
on
gonna
a
hear
chair.
Orca
Yeah.
behind you. Get away, everyone! Give her some room. Give that lady some room. Get away. What's happening here?
Oh, she just collapsed, and she seems to be breathing. However, she is passed out.
Yeah. Let me see her.
And I'm still like holding her.
And Orca's like a very large woman.
Yeah.
And she's very tall. As much as she is, she's very tall.
Okay. And I'm gonna show her to her like and like show like not just like basically show her face like that. What's wrong with her? Like
Upon closer inspection, you can see that she's missing a few fingers. So her
From
ring
Frostbite?
finger on her left hand is just like blackened and like nothing, and she's missing a few digits off of some other fingers. Her nose is completely gone, and her lips are cracked and black, and part of her right ear has also been like taken by the frostbite.
is this bad here? I'm so confused. I don't believe that at this time there should be this much snow.
There shouldn't be here. We need to get her dressed. This is
Oh.
horrific. She might have been from Rasberg.
She can sleep in our room tonight. I'll sleep down.
Oh
I'll
no,
sleep.
I can get her another room.
I think we should get her a separate one.
I
Yes.
would like to examine her.
Are you a doctor?
I will perform
Mostly.
medical treatment.
Okay.
You
Well-
know medical treatment.
I'm just gonna like stay
Yes.
by her side. the entire-
Why haven't we been talking about this?
Nobody asked.
Okay. Here, and then you, the Orca will help you, and you'll bring her to a room.
Okay.
So
While
you
they're
guys-
doing that, I actually want to. I'm gonna take my like blue shawl scarf and I'm gonna like kind of wrap it around my face, and I actually want to go outside.
Okay.
And just kind of like maybe scout around the building and just see if there's anything kind of odd.
So
Going
upon stepping outside, you're just hit by a torrent of wind.
Yeah.
And you can feel the sting on the rest of your body, but your face is feeling a lot more like comfortable than
Mm-hmm.
everything else. And you feel the sting of snow like hitting into your skin and like small shards of ice, as you can see that like it has really picked up. But already there's like maybe a centimeter of snow coated the ground, and you can see, although they're quickly disappearing, you can see like right near the door some tracks. You can assume it from the woman blowing away. So you can roll an investigation check for the rest.
The wind outside is very.
It is.
It's very
like,
accurate.
on point.
What was I rolling for?
Investigation.
Investigation. So 15.
15. So you were able to quickly see, right away the tracks catch your eye, and you're able to see them before they completely blow away and are buried by the new layers of snow that are coming down heavily and fast. That they're leading, and they're coming from westward to up the journeyman's path.
Okay.
So towards where you know the Sturgeon Grove is.
Okay.
Sturgeon Grove is.
I'm not going to stay outside much longer than that. I'm going to
Yeah.
head back in.
Other than that, you don't see anything in your quick look around. You don't see
Mhm.
anything of like concern. You see
Right.
that the donkeys are properly put away, and that
Okay.
some other horses and stuff like that are too.
Okay. I'm going to, besides doing that, I'm going to go back in and go to the table.
Okay, and Eerie, you're still at the table, right?
Yes.
Is she the only one there then?
I believe the three of them all.
Went
Yeah,
to go take care of
And
the
Nak-
woman?
And Nak is dancing.
the music's back. So,
Next, just
Next
like
dancing.
Yeah, I'm still dancing.
love it.
Why would you back out there? It's freezing.
I was just curious, like, it was so weird. She just came out of nowhere and was quite physically damaged. I've never seen that kind of damage before, really,
Neither
so
have I. I've never felt cold like this before.
so I went outside just to see if somebody had done that to her. I didn't see anything except for tracks, which I presume are from herself, but
Just one set of tracks.
that's all I noticed. It was pretty blizzardy out there, so I don't know if there was more to see than that. That's all I could discern myself, but it looks as if they're coming from the direction of the town that's in the
So
the,
where
the
we are
forest.
supposed to be headed.
Kind of in that direction, yes. So
Interesting.
maybe tomorrow we should go there.
So in the
If
room,
we don't freeze to death.
you guys lay her down on a single bed, and you can see her breathing up and down. Did anyone want to do like a once over on her, or okay?
I will help.
You guys can. So do you want to help or do it yourself as well?
I will assist Gray.
Okay, so you can roll with advantage.
6.
Wow.
I thought you said you did this for a living.
He breaks off
It
another one of her
was-
fingers.
I was a combat medic, but we didn't fight in the snow.
I see.
Your commanders were aware enough not to fight in winter.
Yeah, we
This
were
does
pretty
seem
smart.
like
I have a
severe frostbite.
Can I tell if it's frostbite or if somebody bit off her fingers?
You can tell it's frostbite just
Okay.
by like you have been in winter before. And
You've bit off a lot of fingers.
Well, I'm just
Yeah.
like curious, like maybe.
No, it's more like of that like. It does. It's not like a ravaged break of like a bite mark. Like they
It
have
like
like
snapped
It's
off.
like a
Yeah.
slow, like,
creeping like
wasting away,
yeah, like
Um,
sharded off,
Yeah.
shattered.
Can
off.
I try to examine her alone? With a higher DC or
No,
something?
because you helped him.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you were both doing it,
Also,
and both were just able to come up with the same conclusion that it was frostbite.
It appears like severe frostbite.
This is terrible.
Was she dressed warm?
She has layers on, like layers and layers and layers,
Mm,
but
I don't know why this could have
they're
happened to her.
caked in snow and frost and like almost like frozen.
Peculiar.
Is there a fireplace in this other room?
No.
Because I'm from the Riverlands, and like we know what snow is, and I'm assuming I've probably seen
You've seen.
frostbite before.
Yeah.
What was the proper like
treatment?
procedure treatment? Is it ointment, cutting off things? Is it just like,
You normally have to like
wrapping it up?
amputate the areas and just like clean them out if you can.
Dead skin will just keep...
It'll become necrotic. And you would know that. You were familiar enough. As much as your combat, you didn't learn that through your combat medic training. You learned it
Mhm.
just because you kind of need to know.
Now, do you have Pippin? Do you have any more of those potions by any chance?
I have one potion of healing. Though she appears to be stable, it won't regrow any of her fingers, if that's what you're wondering.
I don't know how
I'm-
long she'll last. Though.
I'm just hoping that she's going to be okay. I don't feel.
Well,
I
we
would feel
probably
better.
need to cut away the rot, treat her, probably give her lots of water.
We'll keep her here for now. I have to go back to the bar, make sure no one's making any mischief.
Sure.
Is there any doctors down there, perhaps, or
I do not believe so. Normally we rely on traveling doctors coming down the journeyman's path.
I mean, I'm probably the best thing.
are you sure about that, Pippin?
Yes.
I'm gonna go. Pippin, I'm going to leave you with her at this time, and I'm going to go downstairs and
I'm going to pull out my scapulas. Shink.
I'm going
Scalpels.
downstairs to go table to
Scalpels.
table to ask if there's any clerics or doctors around.
You can roll a investigation check.
Oh my god.
Useless.
8.
Knack from across the room said, Knack is a cleric.
Yeah, respond back.
Response.
So you hear him asking.
I hear him asking, and I'm just doing my dance thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm a cleric.
Oh dear. Well, Mac, as you know, or maybe you don't know, I'm not too sure. We have a lady upstairs that is in dire need of medical attention.
What happened to her?
Looks like frostbite to me, but it's so odd, you know. She's not doing so well. I hope that perhaps you can help her right now. Maybe we can get you some coffee or something to make you feel a little bit better.
I'm feeling fantastic.
Come on,
Lead
then.
the way. Wait.
Come on then, Mac.
Oh my.
Can I be talking to?
Yep.
Yeah.
So this is happening, and we'll jump back to the room.
Okay.
And we'll jump to the table after, so you
Yeah,
guys have some time.
I mean, I can heal and I can do a lot of things magically, but there's nothing that can reach, grow, or do anything here.
There's powerful things I know of, but nothing within our capability.
No.
I would say
And if we
probably
have
the
to
best
amputate-
course of action is to amputate and heal. If I cut away, could you
I mean, I
heal?
can do the same.
Could you heal her as I cut?
To stop the bleeding, I suppose I can try, but especially around that face,
Well, we'll have to remove as much of the tissue as possible.
it's awful close to the brain.
The nose isn't like dipped in yet. It's still like
Okay.
there's a little nub of a nose still left, but the
Okay.
tip and like most of this is gone.
The Grey's Anatomy surgery music starts playing.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Yes.
So now this is going to be a new independent medical check from both of you.
Medicine, yeah.
And
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
kick me.
Oh. Oh, that's
She kicks me when I'm not.
That's a 6 again.
Oh no.
13.
So delegate. What are you guys doing?
So I'm going to be using my scalpel, and I'm going to be trying to amputate her like frostbitten fingers,
Okay.
and I'm trying to like cut away the tissue from her frostbitten face.
Okay.
And as I'm doing it with one hand, I'm going to be holding like a needle full of like glowing fluid, and I'm going to be casting Cure Wounds.
You only have to do it once. and then
Yeah,
you
yeah.
do
So
it
as
once.
I'm going to cut everything away, and then I'm going to like gauze up the wounds, and then I'm going to Cure Wounds her after
Yeah.
to stop all the bleeding.
So luckily, while you're cutting, what did you roll again?
I rolled a 14.
You notice that her lips probably aren't far enough gone that you can probably just heal them.
Okay.
Luckily, so you don't. So you notice
So
that.
she's not like a rigger. Like.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, I will heal her lips.
yeah. And they don't like. They're still like blue, but they're much like more of
Yeah.
a natural
And,
color.
and you'll be assisting me as I go.
Yeah.
But you're gonna do one of the ears, and you're gonna cut a bit too much off of one of the ears because
Well,
your
are we
hand
doing
slips.
multiple things or one thing at a time?
I think we're like working
I think
together.
we're working together.
Yeah, but that's one of the
Okay.
consequences of the lower roll is that
Yeah.
you cut a little bit too. It's not like
Mhm.
a major. You don't hit an artery, but like more like almost her whole ear is gone now. Her other ear's gone.
This poor girl.
Yeah. The frost checker.
And you can see her breathing becoming more and more steady as
More and
you
more
guys
studies
are
we
healing.
use
and
our
continuing.
healing magics.
Yep.
Can I use my alchemist supplies to put an IV in her?
Sure.
And then I'll hang Tenaculum up like a bag.
And it's dripping like.
Yeah, and I'm gonna fill him full of water from my water skin, and he's gonna be the IV bag that feeds her.
Okay.
Yeah,
And it glows slightly.
yeah,
As it goes
the
down.
little glowing liquid.
Does he still have a piece of meat stuck inside
Jerky?
him?
He's
Yep.
digested that.
Okay.
No, there's a small little piece.
Yeah,
Little nub.
that's in one of his several stomachs.
I was just wondering.
Little and eerie. You hear Mac say, "I'm a cleric," and then you see them start heading back towards the room.
Well, that should be interesting.
Should we go to bed or should we?
Well, I can't really help that girl, unfortunately,
Neither
and
can I.
all of those boys are pretty busy with trying to take care of her. So we can discuss maybe going to I don't remember what the town is called, but going to that town in the forest tomorrow with
In
the
the
group.
morning? I agree.
So arm in arm, because we're girlfriends. Girlfriends. We're
You're,
gonna
you're
go
short though, right?
I am.
And you're like a pretty. So it's
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, I'm like.
Yes.
Okay, so you guys just go to
We're
bed.
gonna go up to our room and
So you guys are climbing through this like weirdly like renovated ship that you can still see where like, it was supposed to be, but like it's like almost like the hallway is like a ladder-ish type stairs now, and you guys find your room on landing and can go inside.
Okay.
Okay.
And then just bedtime.
Yeah. Bedtime.
Yep. So you guys enter the room and you see just as they're finishing up the facial surgery.
She's like wrapped in gauze.
And I'm like, ooh, close
Hello.
the door.
I want to look over and holding one of her fingers. Hello.
Well,
Put that away.
Oh,
done here.
goodness.
Goodbye. We're off to bed.
You put it in your pocket.
Are we in the room now with me and I?
Yeah, you guys enter the room. Knack and Lonan enter the room.
Knack, can you see what you can do?
Sure.
Lonan, I think she's stable now.
Watch out.
Do you push him out of the way?
Yes.
Okay.
And I put my hand on her. This woman is already dead. and then I'll look down. Oh, that's her shoulder. 1 second. And then I'll put my hand on her neck. And yeah, I feel a pulse, right?
Yeah, it's a steady pulse.
Okay.
Roll medicine.
Okay,
With
disadvantage.
disadvantage because you're drunk.
This woman is dead.
Medicine. Oh, I plus 6 to medicine. 10.
Oh, that's Gray's been doing the whole time. You realize she is stable, and you realize, as much as you haven't personally dealt with any frostbite, because you're not a doctor, you, know she is, because of what Pippin and Gray have been doing, she's in, a very stable place.
Is she really cold right now?
She is already warming up, and, her clothes is, damp, because the layers of ice and snow are melting.
Okay, so I'm going to take my shield and put it on top of her.
Okay.
And then I will cast heat metal on it.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Cooker?
Yeah.
And then I'll pass out.
Yeah.
It's like a
And then you
it's
pass
like
out?
And then I'm going to pass out.
So-
Yeah.
And you see a slight glow of heat metal, only for, a few seconds.
It's like a bedpan.
Nope, that's not what a bedpan is.
That's
What
Oh,
a bedpan
What am I
is.
thinking of?
You're thinking
Oh,
of
they put hot coals under the mattress.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that not a
Are you
bedpan?
thinking of
Skype like a bathroom, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Pippin would know these things, not Nick.
So then, so the knack just collapses, and the metal, while it's still warm, is no longer heating because the knack is just on the
But it's
ground.
like toasty.
Toasty.
keep her toasty.
I'm gonna look over. Oh dear. Lonan,
Yes.
you know he was very drunk. Why would you bring him here?
I did not know how drunk he actually was, but I mean,
Perhaps bring him back to his room?
is he just passed out snoring? Really
He
loud?
is like,
I think he's okay.
He's on the floor.
I'll push him towards the edge of the room.
roll a strength check.
Just kick him into the corner.
Yeah.
Is that 6?
You try to roll him, and you make it almost all the way onto his side before you lose your strength and he crushes your fingers.
Okay.
Too heavy.
Should the three of us work together and bring him to bed?
Could I try to pump the last 5 points?
Into
My
that.
hands into him?
Yes, you can. Are you
God,
going to do the hit points or?
it's gonna be the disease.
Okay, so your eyes flutter open and you're no longer drunk.
Wow.
Still feel like
Poisoned? No.
Oh, yeah, I should change that.
You can do that?
What?
Yeah, he can.
I thought it was only
He's done it
disease.
before.
Poisons and
What?
diseases.
Poison and diseases.
Cool.
That's very useful. I need to keep poison more at the front.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thank you. Great.
It's used
Yeah, Knack, time for bed.
Now
That's
I just
the
feel
second time I
bloated.
did that.
Now I just feel...
Yeah, it's even through the armor, there's a punch.
You got a baby belly.
belly
Yeah.
of your belly.
Yeah. All right. Well.
Ready?
Yes, she
Time.
seems to be fine. Well done.
Thanks to you.
It's all
yes,
you.
all me.
Okay, so what are you guys doing?
I'll take my shield.
I'll just sit here and,
So
and
we're all
watch.
gonna go to bed.
To the bar.
So everybody goes to bed, but Lonan
I'll
is
go
going to
back
stay
down.
and sit beside.
Just if there's a chair in the room, I'll just
Yep.
yeah.
And sit beside it. Eventually, you'll probably fall asleep in the chair.
Yeah, and I'll leave Tenaculum hooked up as the IV bag.
Okay.
And I will tell Lonan, I'll be like, wake me up in the night, I'll come and check on her. And I'll go to sleep.
Okay. So with that, with the winds howling on the weathered water, salty boards of the this crashed ship, you guys fall into kind of disturbed sleep with the strangeness that's going on around you guys. But that's going to be time to something you guys investigate next time on AllFunNDice.
AllFunNDice.
Episode 5.
Yeah,
Session 5.
Good role-playing,
Good
guys.
time.
Good time.
What's the
Yeah.
town? The little forest.
Weird Frostbite girl.
Cool.
Excited?
Rasper.
Weird.
Yeah, Rasberg.
Rasper.
Like raspberry.
Oh.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Yeah, thanks for watching, everybody.
Guys.
That was very, very good.
Good old role-playing session.
Yeah, I liked it.
It was
It was
good.
good.
Very good role-playing. Did some good setup.
Yeah, bro, yeah.
What's happening with Eerie?
Yeah, oh
Yeah.
my god!
What
Oh,
could
man.
it be?
Does,
She's
any,
Super shady.
She's actually not an elf.
does anyone have
She's
any
a dwarf.
questions for us?
Yeah, just
Yeah.
session?
We can do our little Q&A session at the end.
We can
for
do our
a
little
minute.
Q&A.
But I know, Travis, you wanted to do something, right?
I don't have Spirits in here right now, unfortunately.
Oh, she's not?
Spirit
No,
lab.
she had to go. I think she's at doing a party. I'm not too sure.
Remember, you can
We're
still,
gonna say
you can
thanks
still,
again.
Yeah, we'll say thanks again to Spirit. So you guys make sure that you check out Spirit's link. She makes some amazing D&D dice. She makes a lot of cool stuff on her Etsy page.
She made our dice bags.
Which is
Themed
super
to our
cool.
characters, Eerie from the Jungle.
Then a really good loaded one with a fur.
Yeah, the little one's like.
That's really, really
She has
nice.
an Etsy shop. It is called the Craft Spirit.
Here, turn on the this and I'll put the thing in front
Okay,
of it.
I'll take one out for you so you can see it.
There it is. Ooh.
Craftspirit.com.
Beautiful.
Yeah. But the next time we'll be back with D&D will probably be not next weekend, but it'll be the weekend after,
Thanks,
right?
Cole.
So 2
Yeah.
Sundays from now.
There it is. Perfect.
Yep.
Yeah, because next Sunday we've got some stuff to do.
Yes.
Yep.
At this time, unfortunately. Next Sunday after that,
We will be here
Good
this
to
after for
go.
sure.
Good
to go.
Yeah.
With some beautiful, some weird stuff happening.
Yeah.
Some weird winter in the middle of spring stuff.
Crazy.
It's actually just Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
Oh,
winter
no, the
is
White
coming.
Midnight King. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Next week, the snow is gone. Oh, wow.
Yeah, wow. It's like, almost like the show ended or something.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But thanks again for tuning in, guys. I'll be back later on tonight, probably. What time's Game of Thrones tonight?
Like between 10 to 11,
It's done at,
somewhere
like,
around there.
10 to
Yeah.
11.
So I should be back after that. But I will see you guys later, everybody. Have a good one.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Catch us next time on All Fun
Fun
and Dice.
Dice.